officially Christmas. And this is our last live show of 2019.
It is our last show of 2019. We always started off with that song. You know, Ken Shane sent me a video, a YouTube, that they did that song this week. I don't know, one of the late night shows. And Shane is in such bad shape now. And you know, I don't know what it is about seeing people at the most fragile states that you can get, you know, through aging and bad living. But there's also something like so helpful about saying that. You know what I mean? There's something, I mean, he now sounds like the guy that the song would have been about.
Right. He
you know
aged
what I mean?
into this character.
Yeah, I have no idea if he's going to see another one.
Yeah.
I really don't. I mean, he's really in some rough shape. It just killed me. It just laid me out. Happy Christmas, everybody, from the Bennington show. It's been an unbelievable year this year. And, you know, the only way to go through life is to think that 2020 is going to be better. It's the only way to live. And yes, did I get impeached? Yes, I did yesterday. But it's a light impeachment. It's not like Nixon. It's a light impeachment.
Yeah.
I just got something left here from Ian Finance. Wrote a very lovely card, and then slipped some cash into it, like I'm his nephew. I'm very uncomfortable with this.
I have the same because I'm reading what he wrote, and it's so unbelievably sweet what he wrote to me, and then I see money, and I'm like, well, now I'm uncomfortable.
Now, yes,
I enjoyed the words, but now I've this is adults exchanging money to other adults makes
it's too Italian. It's too Italian. You too, Chris?
Yes, might as well. I had some cash in my card. I was pretty shocked.
Might as well.
I as well, Rod.
Did he write really nice things to you?
He did write some nice things to me.
Read it.
Chris, I always love being in studio with you, and I'm really grateful to you for always being so good to me. Hope this gets you a few jewels. Merry, merry, ho, 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 XO.
Does he not have a family to give money to? I don't like... But
it's too
I
nice.
can't take the you know, because unlike Chris's general card, he wrote me some really, really sweet, specific things. I mean, I'm just not some guy in the studio when he comes in.
Earl and Vito also
Vito,
got
you?
cards.
I get Chris just said yes, so I guess I did.
Yeah.
Huh? I couldn't...
He has.
I have their cards.
Oh, well, not exactly. Be nice if you picked them up. Why don't you send Earl in?
Yeah, send Earl in.
Tomorrow starts our Christmas break, but we are playing an unbelievable show from Jamestown, the National Comedy Center, which is like my favorite place in the whole world. And listen to the guests that are on tomorrow's show. Louis Black, Alan Zweibel, who's got a movie coming out this year, and David Bianculli, who is a guy that I want to get on this show. He's kind of a professor of television, and he writes books. And then also Robin Williams, longtime manager, David Steinberg. That's the thing that we did at the Chautauqua Institute in front of about 4,000 people. And the Smothers Brothers Unmasked. That's all on tomorrow's show. It's something you don't want to miss. And then next week starts the year in comedy, and that's always a lot of fun. And you can vote on stuff and jump into it. But Merry Christmas, everybody.
Yeah, this is so cool. And it's so cool looking back over this. Like, what a cool year you had with the National Comedy Center. It's like really unbelievable.
It was one of the busiest weeks of my life, and it came right after Montreal.
Yeah.
So
Did you go right from Montreal to there directly?
I went from, well, there's no way to go directly. But
yeah, true.
I tried to figure it out by plane, and it would have been just leapfrogging from one place to the other. But you know, I had a beautiful drive across the Thousand Islands and in the part of Quebec where you get away from the cities and you're just seeing French everywhere, like you're on the French countryside. Yeah. And then I stopped into a place to get breakfast that was just, I don't know what happens in Canada, but the outside was covered in bugs, live bugs. But I'm like, I think I'm going to eat in the car because some of them were getting into the restaurant. I don't know. It's the time
God.
of the year. I guess this is country living.
Is it a cicada year?
And no, they weren't. They were bugs I never saw before. I guess they were French Canadian bugs. And then Jamestown's beautiful that time of year. Upstate New York, up past the Finger Lakes, that country is so gorgeous. It's wine country, you know, and it's so gorgeous in the summer, and then unlivable the rest of the year. You know, I mean, just completely unlivable. But also great food. I mean, you can get what you could call, I guess, a trucker's breakfast, just a big breakfast.
Yeah, a lot of
Almost
meats.
everywhere. Almost everywhere is just a major, major breakfast. And I have this place in Jamestown that I love to go to every morning. I don't even look around anywhere else. That's how friendly I feel there. And the people are like, "You're from the comedy?" And I go, "Yeah, I'm from the comedy." "You're from the comedy that's here." You got me. So that's tomorrow. All great stuff the rest of the year. You got Juju's first, I guess, the Where Christmas.
Yes.
Which you kind of get that every year for the next couple years.
Yeah, I was thinking that. I was like, you know, we look at pictures of Santa. She knows that Santa says ho, ho, ho. But I realized we'll do this again next year.
You're gonna
and we'll
do
have to re-explain.
Yeah.
And she'll probably get it a little bit more next year. So that's cool.
Next year, she'll be like, what? Santa? Okay.
We talked about this last year. How did you forget?
Yeah, I guess you just don't hold on as much. I think there's a reason that we don't have infant memories, and I think it's for the best.
I think so too. Like, for example, she would remember screaming, crying on Santa's lap this year. So
Yeah.
I'm glad that we'll put that in the past.
Yeah.
And she'll have a fresh start at Santa next year.
Fez was saying that's the norm, that they just think, oh,
At that age, yeah.
I'm going to be left with this fat, hairy man. My family's giving me up.
That is the funny thing of any time your mom is like, "You're going to go over here now." And you're like, "But I need to be with you."
I don't want to be with a crazy aunt I don't remember. I never wanted my mom to drop me off anywhere.
I remember a full meltdown because I was in a grocery store where the grocery cart had to go on one side of the aisle while you paid on the other side. And because I was strapped into the grocery cart, I was just a mere, you know, like there was just a cashier between us, basically.
Yeah.
That's all. And she was going to get me as soon as she paid. But I had been abandoned. And I remember
Right.
like crying so hard and my mom laughing and trying to console me and just be like, "I'm going to be with you in 1 second. I'm just paying for all those groceries. I'm not going to leave you here." But I remember keeping it with me and bringing it up for the next couple days. Like, "Remember when you left me on the other?" And you're like, "Yeah, but I got you a minute later. It's fine."
I understand. Let me just say this. Obviously, I wasn't the better of the two parents, but I never laughed when you cried uncontrollably like it was funny,
Nope.
or if you were having a temper tantrum. I didn't keep laughing about it like women tend to do. Women,
Yes, my mom and my aunts. Like if I think back on my childhood, it's me crying and them laughing and trying to be like, "No, honey, it's fine." And they're like, "But why are you laughing at me then? Why do you think
Do you-
my pain is funny?"
do you think now that you've grown into an adult that you find that funny?
I see where there's humor in when your child is having a meltdown of something that isn't necessary. Like I kind of thought it was funny because Juju was crying because she was upset because she wanted to eat the peanut butter but didn't want it on her hands and couldn't figure out the frustration of
Yeah.
wanting to stick her finger in peanut butter but not wanting to be messy with it. And it was very funny to me. But
She
was
doesn't like
upset.
sticky hands.
Mhm. She doesn't.
She's the exact opposite of Chris Stanley.
Mhm.
He
Love
loves
it.
sticky hands.
He puts
But-
his hand right in the jar of peanut butter.
By the way, on social media, on the Instagram stories, I don't think we've ever gotten as many responses to this picture, which was just supposed to be Salad Club. And the reason is Chris's body looks so strange that I heard the term midget and/or Peter Dinklage just so many times. Did you even take a look at this, Vito?
No, not yet.
All right. If you look at it, I don't know who took the picture. Earl?
Earl took the
Yes,
picture,
Earl
yes.
took the picture.
Earl's the worst photographer that anyone's ever seen. Earl, I want you to come over and judge this photography. Come on over. Run fast.
The best thing is, Earl took the picture, but I never looked at it. I had no idea this is what Chris looked like in this photo.
Oh, you didn't know it?
No.
It was blowing up last night, and everybody thought they had the... Now, what is wrong with this picture, Earl?
It makes Chris look very small.
Now, is he
think?
very small?
No.
He's a 6'2" man. Why does he look like his legs are 12 inches?
Did you Photoshop this before?
I-
This makes no sense,
First
this
of all,
picture.
he and Vito are the same height. Vito is towering over him. It looks like he's got a large trunk, but no legs whatsoever.
I hate to say use this word, freakish. I don't look like a human being in
I
this.
feel like that's being mean to little people.
Yeah, because a lot of people compared you to little person.
Every single person did.
this.
Now, how did you get this shot?
I just lined it up where I was like, okay.
How did you lined it up like you did a great job with it?
Well,
No,
me
but
and
why
Vito
does
look
he-
normal.
Yes. Why does Vito look like Vito? Gail looks like Gail. Although one person said they love you in a hat and pigtails.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, but I'm going to tell you. I mean, you were tremendously stumped by the Peter Dinklage stuff. But how could this happen, Earl?
Perhaps I had it at a certain angle.
But then you looked at the picture afterwards, and,
Thank you.
and you sent it. And you're like,
And
all
like,
right, this is the
somebody
one.
who's a real buddy, they would go, "Hey, dude, you look so weird in this photo. Let me take
This
it
is
again."
what it looks like. It looks like I am a little person,
Yeah.
and he's like, just it
Were
made me
you
bigger.
trying to look like that?
No, I was just taking a picture for Salad Club.
Why? How did you get so short looking?
I don't know.
You fucked Salad Club up and you fucked the Salad Club picture up.
That's an interesting thing because that's what Earl is not picking up on is this was supposed to be Vito's day. This is
Yeah.
Salad Club, his
The
club.
focus is on little Chris.
So people could be like, oh, you guys went and did something you didn't want to do, but you did it for Vito. That's nice. Not one of those.
No.
All just about the height of Chris and the lack of length to those little legs. I mean, even your feet look tiny,
Yeah,
Chris.
it's a
None
very
of this
strange
makes
look.
sense. It had to have been Photoshopped.
What's this Peter Jackson trick photography bullshit you did?
Yeah, maybe I did it at this way.
You didn't. We
Almost
saw
had it-
you.
We were standing in front of you as you took the
Hey,
salad.
I'm trying to figure out as much as
But-
everyone else.
Earl, can I ask you a question? Did you take a look at that and said, did I capture the best Salad Club that I can? Look, I'm going to tell you this. We just stood in front of the tree so we could put up a Christmas picture. Gail said, oh, Paul, would you take this picture? You could tell that he had zero interest, right? You know why? It's not his show. It's not his listeners. He doesn't care. Earl, this is your show.
Yes.
These are your listeners. You don't want to be a Paul right now. You know what I mean?
I'm appalled by that.
How do you look at that? And you're thinking to yourself, did I get the good Salad Club shot? Or does Chris look like Peter Dinklage? Like, oh, guys, I just look at this. Chris looks like Peter Dinklage. Let's get another picture before we send it out.
My hair doesn't even usually look like that.
And I just want to throw this out there.
Yeah, go.
Peter Dinklage is a handsome guy, so I don't think you want to look like a lesser Peter Dinklage. That's not somebody
Yes.
you want to be.
Now-
That's where I'm at.
All right, let's try to go through this because Earl Menus has put out photography books is stunned by this. We know that your shirt is too long.
Yes.
Yes.
That's a dad shirt problem
That's
that
an
you
issue.
have.
Yeah.
So that makes it look like
Is
your
your-
legs end at a certain
I
place.
feel weird asking this, but are your pants too small? It almost looks like the pants begin where the shirt ends.
Right.
My-
Like that's where his
Right.
ass is, right on the other end of that shirt.
Right.
Are those Janko jeans?
I wish.
I mean, but here's the other thing. I would say that's what makes him look short. But then look at he and I. You know, everybody, I am a short person.
Right.
Normally, I'm
You're-
getting the little person comment.
You're the Peter Dinklage of our
I
group.
normally am the dink.
Mm-hmm.
But, Chris, you look barely taller than me. Doesn't
I-
he look barely taller than me?
I'm a little person in this picture, but not in real life. Earl, did you do it on purpose? Did you Chris
Of
looks like
course
shit?
not.
Now, maybe you did, and maybe it's subconscious, and that would be okay. I'd rather discover it now at the end of a shitty 2019 rather than the brand new. Now, what is the title of this picture?
Salad Club.
Now, can I ask you this? You see any of the salads? Or is this Bowl Club? wouldn't the fact that there were all these fresh salads, if I was the photographer, I'd be like, did I catch the fresh ingredients, which was all Vito cared about, right? All we see is big cardboard bowls, which, as you know, grossed me out. The
you
cardboard
didn't
bowls.
like them.
Yeah.
I like them because they're compostable.
Where's my sweet potato? Where's my spicy broccoli? Kale.
Where's the love is what he's asking. He had the love. Did you have the love? Or did you feel like, I'm Paul, I really don't want to take this person? Did you think to yourself, my name is Paul, and that's between y'all?
Where is the love? We only got one pick. One pick.
All we got is one pick, one pick. Something's wrong with this picture, y'all. You gotta ask yourself.
Where is the love?
Now, why does Vito look a foot taller
So tall.
than Chris when they're the same height?
He's towering over me. This makes no fucking
He looks
sense.
a full head taller.
Was I like leaning up and you just took the picture as I was leaning up or something?
Leaning up.
Not
What's
that
that
you're leaning
mean?
forward.
How does
No,
one-
because look at the salad bowl that me and Chris are holding are at the exact same level. So he's not leaning. He's obviously standing.
And you can see your feet are kind of like not that far distance like forward. It's not like.
Yeah.
And normally,
There's no
if you
perspective.
were sitting like way in front, wouldn't you look taller?
Yeah.
You'd
I
look
would.
bigger.
Yes.
Not smaller.
I look like a tiny
like
little
you
man.
ever be like if you're in the front and there's a group photo, you're like, I look huge. My head looks big. I look so much taller than everybody else.
This is obviously sabotage by Earl Douglas.
Not at all. I mean, is it one of my greatest shots? Totally not one of my greatest shots. Whether going out to humiliate you, absolutely.
What would you give it in the letter grade?
I give it an F.
Okay.
I'm being
So
honest.
you went from not, but you sent out the F. The time for you to give. Here's the thing. I'm sure the greatest photographers in the world have taken terrible pictures, but they don't put them out. They go through it with care to go, okay, I found the best picture. You know? Because you'd be like, oh, this is a great picture. Not so great a Vito. Let me look at the next one. You know? That's what a photographer does.
Yes, I should have edited better.
Well, you only have one. You can't edit better when you only have one shot.
No, I mean, but
So you
I
edited
should have
it.
filtered better instead of, you know what? I should have said, let's do it again.
You should have directed us. Yes. Just say, Chris, you look like a
That's
weirdo.
true. You don't direct.
Yeah.
A lot of times you even take, we don't know it, like if we're lining up with someone, you take 4 of the same picture.
Yes, I don't change angles. I don't. Considering I have other filters on here, I should use them all.
Well, why are you coming in working as a prosecutor against
No,
yourself?
I'm being completely
Do you have some
honest.
kind of a
I mean,
height filter?
It sounds like what you're saying is I'm a lazy man.
I'm not. It's a lazy shot. I don't know how Chris ended up a foot
But
and
you
a half
got to
shorter.
know. That's what you. That's the
no,
way to
I'm
learn.
trying
You
to
got to
figure
know.
this out.
You can't try to figure it out. You got to know if you're going to be the photographer. Queen Elizabeth thinks she has an idea.
Hey,
Oh,
Queen.
good.
What's up, Queenie?
Hey, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, buddy.
I can't believe I'm actually going to say this, but I don't think Earl's the issue here. It's the way Chris is dressed in the picture.
Sloppily?
Well, naturally, like as you say, Ron, like an unmade bed. But his shirt, it looks like it's for somebody who's like tremendously fat, and he's only moderately.
Oh, thank
Yeah.
you. I'm down to moderate.
But why don't you have better
Like,
fitting
why
clothes?
does his shirt tails go all the way down to his knees? It
Yeah.
looks like when a little kid puts on like their mom's clothes or their dad's clothes.
That
and
is
they're
what he
walking
looks like.
around.
Yeah.
And it just looks like when my daughter puts on my boots and walks around the house. Like,
Yes.
She
Yeah.
thinks she's
Like,
funny,
is there
but-
another child underneath there that you're standing on?
Right. And I swear to God, I saw it last night. I was like, what's he going to go fling a ring into Mordor? Like,
So,
look like
Earl,
a
why didn't you
hobbit.
pick up on that the shirt was too long for the shot? You could have went like this. Chris, can I have you tuck before we take this
I
shot?
would have appreciated tuck.
Yeah. Maybe a tie, like a little crop top, just to show.
Oh,
Look,
is
I'm
that
not a-
thing that girls do?
Yeah,
They
like a
tighten the
little
front?
tie, yeah.
That might be the way you want to wear your shirt from now
Would have
on.
been sexy.
Now, Earl, why didn't you pick up on that?
That was a failure to pick up on minor details that would have made him.
Was
look
it
bad.
laziness or
I know it wasn't
inattentiveness?
laziness. It wasn't laziness. I was just trying to get a shot as quickly as I can, get
Why?
it up as quickly as I can.
Why?
I failed to do
Hold on.
the essential thing.
Hold on. What's the speed all about with you? Did you think you were going to get beat with this picture that suddenly the National Enquirer would have put
Run
it up there?
Run it now.
We're not worried about that. We're not competing with any other services for the Bennington Show
We gotta
pictures.
get this
you
before
know?
Getty does.
I mean, it wasn't. It was actually even a matter of we were in break. It was like, it's not like, hey, we're doing something here. I want you to follow along with us. You know.
And you thought the shot was okay. You didn't think I looked weird when you sent it.
I be 100% honest. I didn't look at it thoroughly. Didn't say, you know what, Chris kind of looks.
Is that disinterest in your own job?
And that's not disinterest in my own job. It's just at that particular moment, I was not focused.
But that's the job. The job is.
At that
What if a
particular
pilot was saying, during the landing, I wasn't focused at all, and I guess that's why I missed the runway.
Everyone's dead.
Yeah. You know, a lot of times I got a lot of things on my mind, and one of them is not the runway.
Yes. And, again, my apologies, Chris. And
It's too late. I mean, he's been Peter Dinklage.
it's out
Nothing's ever going to make up for this.
No.
They're going to call him Peter Dinklage forever.
Yeah.
He still gets the fucking centaur thing
Yeah.
because the way he was lined up one time.
Great, a new nickname. That's
Now,
exactly what I needed.
If you hate Chris and you wanted to humiliate him, I'm all for that. Just let me know.
respect that more,
Yeah.
huh?
Yes, I would respect it 100%.
Sure.
I mean,
Then I'd be
Chris
like,
does, get under your skin a
yeah,
lot.
yeah, he does.
Yeah, I'm a
And then I
bad
would be like
person.
this. Hey, Ron, you see what I did to that cock-sucking son of a bitch? I made him look like fucking Peter Dinklage. And then I would have a little laugh with you. And I'd be like, we're getting him, buddy. We're getting him.
Game recognized game.
Yes, game always recognized game. That's true. So you got him,
Thanks,
right?
Earl.
Now spit on him, Earl. Now that you got him down,
Good.
spit on him, humiliate him.
Do you want us to point and laugh while you do?
Is that the point of this fucking picture of me looking like a little? This is honestly the worst picture, and there's a lot of bad pictures of me.
Yeah.
This
in
is
Austin?
the fucking worst.
Worse than the Austin airport?
I
How
think
about the
this
one
is,
that looked like the giant pole was up your ass?
that one's
Between
really
those
bad.
three, rank those three. Giant pull up the ass, airport toad sitting on the lily pad, or
All right.
Dinklage.
Least worst is the pole up my ass.
Really?
Second
Because you
one-
were furious about that.
I know. I wasn't happy about that at all.
Yeah.
Second is me in the Austin airport because at least that is my size. I did look proportional to what I actually
shouldn't
look
that
like.
be the one you're the least mad about?
And then the third, the one I hate the most is this fucking picture of me looking like not even who I am.
I remember there was a moon tower bench picture of you where all your buttons were popping
Yeah.
open.
I can find that if you
Yeah.
like.
Honorable mention.
Yeah. That one was funny because it was just a relaxing seat. Like, hey, sure, take your picture. And then later he's going, why are all my buttons popping open?
Chris, how do you feel that Earl said it was a minor detail in your 1/3 of the photo?
It fucking doesn't make any sense. Here.
There's the Austin one.
It's so
You're
bad.
so much heavier there
I,
than
you
you are
think?
now, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You've lost weight. The
You've
cancer's helping.
What? No. Yeah, that I like more than the
Are
fucking.
you sleeping there?
I think it was because I take early flights, Ron.
I think he was like resting. I don't even know if you were fully asleep, but you were just mouth agape.
Other
like
people do
staring
this,
off.
and it's Chris's philosophy, and I know other comics. They think that if they stay up all night, they're going to have a better flight because they'll pass out. But you sleep the worst possible way. You're sitting up,
horrible.
you're in the air, and you're passed out, and people around you have to be near you while this is happening.
It's a dirty sleep. I'll give
It's
you
awful
that.
sleep.
It's a really dirty sleep.
The what do they call you leave L.A.
Red eye?
The red eye is the worst sleep anyone could have.
No, I hate it.
Even if you take
I've
a
done
pill,
it, and
it's
I
a
hate
terrible
it.
sleep.
I hate it. I hate the way, like, my muscles never, even if I can get to the place of drifting off, my muscles never relax. So I'm just tense. And, like, your temperature's wrong and you're just, like, sitting up. It's a horrible experience. I hate it.
Never fly with Chris or most other people because they're all thinking, let's get home as early as we possibly can to not waste the day. So what you're saying is I want to have a dreadful, terrible morning, then get home. When everybody wants to talk to me, I just pass out. And then I wake up and it's nighttime anyway. You know what I mean? You have given up the day,
Yeah.
but you've also made it a more terrible day.
Mhm.
So I'll just go like this. No, I don't fly with you. I'm not going to argue or try to find a thing. I fly alone. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell the fucking hotel I'm checking out late.
Yeah.
It's a Sunday. They never mind.
Yeah.
And then I have a nice fucking breakfast there. I leisurely go to the airport. I come back here and I'm catching 60 minutes. What do I fucking care? What happens during the day? What am I, a little boy that's going to go out and play touch football? I got nothing to do on a Sunday anyway.
Hey, Jerry in Kansas.
Yes, I've been in photography for 37 years,
Uh-huh.
and I've seen this phenomenon several times down here in Kansas. And it seems like everybody that is portrayed in this type of picture is from a certain vicinity down here. I think it's called Fuckstickville.
Totally lost on this.
not
Do you
sure.
got it at all?
No.
Any of you guys pick up on where he's going?
No.
Well, Jerry, I appreciate the attempt. Let's go over to AC in Minneapolis.
What's up, AC?
Yo, gang, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Hey, do you guys remember when you were like big on Periscope? You were pushing that pretty hard.
Yeah.
And over that, like, you guys had a holiday party, and Chris got trashed off of a bunch of Tito's and like ran from the ambulance and
Yeah.
busted his head and did a bunch of crazy shit.
Sure do.
Well, there's an image. I have this image of clicking in on you guys at Periscope, and he's like getting undressed for some reason at your party.
Yeah, I was
and
taking
he
my
had a-
shirt off.
Dude, you had a leotard on underneath this shirt.
Yeah.
And every once in a while, that image pops in my mind. And it is
He's
so
wearing it now.
Fucking...
AC,
No,
we're not.
no.
Yes, he
Yes,
wears
he
it
is.
every day.
You got a white one on today.
It's something that a 1920s guy would wear.
Yes, he wears
Dude,
it.
does it snap?
No,
Does it literally snap at the crotch?
Yeah.
Like, is it the
yeah,
real
it's a
deal?
crotch snap.
Is that a wife beater that you have, Chris, or is that straight leotard as well?
That's straight leotard.
Where do you even get those?
JCPenney's.com.
I can't wait till JCPenney goes out of business.
It's going to be terrible
He's,
for me.
All right.
It's happening right now.
I got to find out who this person is that sent this picture. And I remember the day this. Ray Ray sent this. Now, this is Chris Stanley with an enormous head. You know, you're so much heavier there than you are now, and he's staring at the penises of little boys, and it's a pic that's the home of the Dancing Shrimp up the old NEW building.
Yeah.
Is that Red something? The
Red Eye Grill.
Red Eye Grill, yeah.
Another Red Eye reference.
Yeah.
And white sunglasses, just looking fucking weird.
Yeah.
That's a corporate restaurant that's been around forever.
Mm-hmm.
People, I found this out, tourists are like, I love the Red Eye Grill. And I'm like, what?
Really?
I go, that was the fucking, yeah. They get to Times Square and they like this restaurant downstairs because it's in every fucking town, the steakhouse downstairs. And then they like to go up to the Red Eye Grill and the Brooklyn Diner. I haven't been to the Brooklyn Diner in years.
I know, ages.
Yeah,
We should go back sometime.
We used to go all the time because it was, you know, where NEW was, but it's a pretty decent walk from here.
Yeah.
And it's very expensive, by the way. I mean, eggs is like
It's really expensive.
$29 or something for eggs and sausage. So, Earl, you haven't come up with what happened and you haven't come up with a solution.
I mean, I guess the solution is, more close-ups. more,
No, it's
more
you
crop-
telling us, like, you
Well,
having
well,
an
let me-
understanding of what looks crazy and what doesn't.
Chris, you're not letting them
Let
finish.
me finish.
Yeah. let
Go
me
ahead, you
finish.
first.
I just wanted to say, do you think that it's the way you took the photograph, or do you think that it's something else about Chris? Like, do you think you're at fault, or do you think it's Chris's bod and clothing?
Obviously, judging by the shot, it is my fault because he looks a foot shorter.
There's nothing we can do then. There's nothing we can do. This stuff is just
Now,
gonna
I
keep
should have
happening.
done what I should have done was gone from the waist up as opposed to full.
So you're
his
blaming
legs
it
are
on
the
his
problem?
body.
Okay.
Not
I'm
on the
blaming his body.
picture or the angle. You're saying his body is so distorted.
No, it
that we're going to get
It's a terrible way to put it.
All right, now you found something on BuzzFeed. I thought we could compete against Earl for this. This is it called Black People Famous?
Black
famous.
famous.
Yeah.
Black Famous is the name of it. Are you familiar with this?
Yes, I
Earl?
am.
Now, I remember when Kevin Hart was Black Famous before he became just famous, and that they would put him in the NBA celebrity pro game every year, and he would come out and like Barkley and all those guys would be like, look, Kevin Hart, he's the funniest thing, and people would be like, who do they love? And now Kevin Hart is
Right.
Kevin Hart.
He's
But
famous for everyone.
a lot of times, black famous, you got to do before the crossover happens.
Yes.
It's like being another way this happens is country famous.
Yes,
All right.
exactly.
So who's the little girl that just turned 30 this year, and she
Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift was country famous,
And then she
before
became
she became famous.
famous.
And now she doesn't even go back to country.
Right.
And the people from country don't even seem to mind. They're like, yeah, I know. You went on. We had you for a while.
Now
Now
you're a
you're
pop
famous.
star.
Yeah. Now you're a pop star. It's fine. But and that's the same as black famous. So let's go through these people. Let's figure out. Let's take a look at their picture and give us their name. See if me and Gail get them, and we'll see if Earl gets them. Let us go first, Earl.
Lisa Ray McCoy.
Never heard of her.
Nope. I don't know the name or recognize her face.
Earl?
She is an actress. She's done a lot of, for lack of a better term, black movies. She's a veteran she's been making them for like 20 years too.
So a veteran.
Yeah.
Was she in Desert Storm?
No, like an acting veteran.
Oh. Look,
So-
when I support the troops, it's not actors. Now you can't name anything that she's done.
I remember she did a movie it was about strippers called The Players Club. That was like her biggest movie. It was
Now,
from their-
Earl, you haven't looked at this BuzzFeed thing yet.
No,
have you?
when I saw the black
Now,
Twitter.
hold on, listen to me. Is this the first time you're saying this?
Yes.
That's all you need to know.
Okay.
I trust you. I'm not Chris who thinks you lie about everything. All right, so
Yeah,
that's one.
that's one.
1-0. Earl's winning. All right, let's go to next.
Leon Robinson.
Never heard of him and never saw him before.
He looks a little familiar to me, but I don't know the name. I don't think I know him.
He's been in a ton of movies for like 25, almost 30 years. He always went by the name Leon, and he was in Malcolm X. He played the informant. Remember the guy who was working undercover? He was.
I remember Denzel from that movie.
He
but
played Little Richard in the TV movie about Little Richard. He was in the.
This is going to shock you. I missed that TV movie. I had no idea there was. I'd love to
he was
see
in that Robert Townsend movie that was based on the vocal groups, the Five Heartbeats. He was
Yeah,
one
I
of the
never
Five
watched that
Heartbeats.
either. I saw the trailer. It was terrible.
All right,
and that
to
was
me,
20 years
sounds
ago.
Black famous.
That's
goes
black
with-
famous.
Yeah.
All right, Earl 2-0.
Kiki Shepard.
The name Kiki seems familiar to me.
Yeah.
Shepard, any relation to Dax Shepard? I got to admit, I don't know Kiki Shepard. I'm going to guess she does one of those sassy TV shows that everybody talks about the news.
She was on the show Showtime at the Apollo for years. That show ran for a couple of decades.
No.
I only know Sandman from that.
No, I don't know her.
3-0.
Wow.
Earl is winning. Now, Earl, swear to us that you didn't go look this up before.
I'm just looking at
All right,
faces.
I'm going to trust you. I don't want you to take a Peter Dinklage picture of me.
Gerald Levert and Tom Joyner.
Tom Joyner, I do know because he was the fly jock. He used to fly from Dallas to Chicago every day. He did like mornings in Dallas, afternoons in Chicago.
Oh man.
And this was before you had a decent line
Yeah.
that you could hook it up. And he would physically get on a plane every day. And that's the only reason why I know him. I read about him and, those things. The other guy I don't know at all. Earl?
Gerald Levert, he is the son of Eddie Levert from the OJs. And he
Also
also
don't know him.
And he had a group called Levert, which had a bunch of R&B hits. And I think Gerald had passed away a couple of years ago as well.
Tom Joyner, are you familiar with?
Tom Joyner, he's been on radio for
Yeah.
forever.
Did you know he was a fly jock?
I didn't know he was a fly jock.
That's
but
what they used to call him in the radio magazines. All right, so
this is a phenomenon. It's
right.
true.
So Earl is up. I'm going to say 3-1.5 now, I believe.
Yeah.
All right, next.
Nia Long.
Never saw her. Never heard of her.
I definitely know her name.
Big breasts. I'll say that though.
I feel like she was in a movie, maybe Boys in the Hood or something.
That sounds
recognize-
racist.
Well, I think she was in it.
Another longtime actress. She was in that movie. I think she played the love interest in that movie, Boiler Room.
Now, does your family know these people? Like, if your sisters, your parents?
My sisters would know them. Yeah,
Yeah.
Not your parents.
Not my parents. No.
Your parents are not black famous.
They're old school black famous.
I think I got that one.
The cast of Living Single sans Queen Latifah. So everyone but Queen Latifah.
Here's the thing. I didn't know Queen Latifah was in that show.
Neither did I.
I know that Queen Latifah was on it, but I like looking at everybody. I couldn't name them. I know the girl on the far right with curly hair is really funny on the show, but
Earl,
I don't know them.
Can you name anybody else in Living Single?
Kim Fields, Tootie,
Where?
in the center.
Oh,
I had no
Tootie.
idea Tootie was in that show. I know her from the White Show, which she was in.
And the one on the right, Erica Alexander, she was on, I don't know if it was either Cosby Show or A Different World.
I'm very, very proud of Earl for
pretty
all the
good.
black references he gets
This is
because he
good.
lives a white life. All right, next.
David and Tamela Mann.
No idea.
This one, don't know. No idea.
Oh,
wow.
First black famous that you're stumped on.
I mean, because I'll tell you this, they seem country.
yeah,
They look country and they look
seem
like
they
they're
have
a
like
Cracker
a
Barrel.
Christian show or something.
Look, there's a Cracker Barrel thing.
logo right overhead.
Yeah.
I bet they have some sort of a Christian talk show. That's my guess.
Do we know what they do, Chris?
I'm looking it up now.
Vito helping at all?
Tamela is a gospel singer.
Ah,
The
I
gospel
pretty much
singers.
called it.
Yeah.
And what's about him?
He's also a gospel singer. They're
All
both
right, so
gospel
why
singers.
wouldn't you just say that?
I only saw her name, and then I saw no wait, the husband also.
And they're in a lot of Tyler Perry productions.
All right, so
Okay.
you missed that one,
Yeah,
Earl.
because I am
She
not a
hates
big
Tyler
Tyler
Perry.
Perry.
That was the last thing. They also do gospel, though.
Loretta Devine.
I feel like that's a cool name. That seems familiar, but I'm looking at her face. I don't.
No idea whatsoever.
No.
Another longtime actress. She was in Waiting to Exhale. She was in.
Never saw it.
Oh God, that was that was her biggest movie, Waiting to
Yeah.
Exhale.
Is she Medea? Then she better get back over here.
Avant and Kiki Wyatt.
Nope.
No idea.
No.
I thought that was Jamie Foxx. He looked just like Jamie Foxx to me.
They're musicians.
And of what kind? What do they do?
R&B.
Did you know, Earl?
Did not know.
Okay.
Like contemporary R&B now is unrecognizable.
You're old black famous. You're not young black famous. And I agree with you. R&B used to be the best fucking thing in the world. Now, I don't know what it is.
It's pop.
Boring pop.
Yeah.
Phyllis Hyman.
Yes.
Sorry.
Never heard
Sorry.
of.
No, I don't know.
She was one of the greatest singers people never heard. She was one of.
Then
She,
how do we know she's a great singer?
Sounds
No
like
one ever heard-
bullshit. Or
no,
If
she
you
was.
sing in a room and no one hears it.
She was basically like the prototype for what became Whitney Houston. She had a bunch of R&B hits. She was one of the last
interested in
signees
this.
to Philly International, Gamble and Huff. And
That's Chinese. The
and
International.
she died young too. She had
Murdered?
she
no.
she killed herself.
Then
on
I consider
pills.
that a murder.
Yeah.
Self murder.
Yeah. Self-murder. Probably the easiest murder you'll ever do. All right, next.
Frankie Beverly.
I believe he started Beverly Hills many, many years ago.
Really?
Those were his hills.
Founder.
R&B singer with the leads the group Maze. They've been around for like 40 years.
Maize is Native American for corn. So was he in corn? Is that what we're saying? All
Yeah, but
right.
if you ever look up like successful touring acts, him and Maze are always on top of that list.
I doubt it very much.
They are very, very popular.
They're bigger than the Stones.
No.
Okay. Because that's who was on this list last year.
Luanell and Samore.
Nope.
Were they the Weather Girls? Was it Raining Men when they came out? Do you know who they are, Earl?
Not familiar with either one of them.
Let's see what they do. It looks like they got iPhones.
Well, Luanell is a stand-up.
She was in Borat, right?
Like she was in Borat.
Oh yeah,
I
I
remember
recognize
that.
her now. That's funny.
And Samore's, they're both stand-ups. Tasha Smith.
Well, there she is at Sirius XM. Never heard of.
No. Earl took this picture. It's a nice one.
Not familiar with her at all.
Tasha
Singer.
Smith is
Singer, I bet.
yeah, actress, director, and producer. Boston Common. That was her biggest role.
You saying that she produced Boston Common?
I think she just acted on Boston Common.
It says there she's done a lot of Tyler Perry movies.
Yeah.
Of course she has.
And that's the last name on this list.
So I
Gail,
would
you
say
and I failed miserably.
we did really, really poorly.
I thought I would feel. I didn't think you would.
I know. I mean, this is, I think, even like beyond somebody who's like interested in Black popular culture. This is even deeper than that. I
Yeah,
feel.
this is for Black people.
Yeah.
It goes to show you we got a lot of work to do. You know. Here's one. See if you have ever heard of this guy.
Yeah.
Barack Obama. I'll give you a hint. He was the president before Trump.
I don't remember any
I
presidents.
call him Barry. Barry Hussein. Kenya. I just got a terrible headache. I don't even know where it came from.
You have some Advil if you like.
I would like Advil.
Yeah. I'll have some too, actually.
Yeah.
I also
Like-
have a headache. I think I'm like, it's a sinus headache.
I know my sinuses are killing me too. I think it's because we went down to the Pandora floor. It threw me off completely.
And like old school Black famous was Bernie Casey.
Bernie Kosar, Cleveland Browns.
Longtime actor and actually an ex-football player too.
X.
I texted some friends of mine about Black famous, and so they've given us some. Margaret Avery.
Margaret Avery. Did she come up with penicillin?
Do you know who Margaret Avery is?
Yes, I do. She is an actress. She was Suge in The Color Purple, the singer.
Oh, I love her.
She sung the song "Sister."
I remember this too, that she had put this weird thing out trying to get an Oscar nomination. Like she did her own thing,
Right.
and everybody was mad at her in the business. And I'm like, this is the biggest role of her life, and she's trying to get out there.
My friend said that she is a household name to Black people, but white people would be like, oh, I've seen her in Color Purple.
Color Purple, yeah. I thought she was great in it.
Then another friend of mine gives me Bookham Woodbine.
Oh, Bokeem Wood.
Bokeem?
He was an actor. Always played in a lot of for lack of a better word, hood movies. Like
Oh, I kind of recognize his face.
he's now
Definitely
in
would
I
never.
100% recognize his
Yeah.
face.
In that Vietnam movie, Dead Presidents.
Dead Presidents.
Yeah.
He's in the new movie Queen and Slim.
Yeah, I
Which
never
is a
heard
big
of that
hit.
to the second.
Then my friend Tina said Regina King used to be Black famous, but now she's crossed over.
I think she has crossed
Yeah.
over. But can I just say this? I felt like this was a very transparent thing to you to prove that you have Black people in your phone. That you failed so miserably that you pointed out 3 different Black friends. When I only have one Black person in my phone, and I can't call him because he's sitting across from me.
I feel like probably. Oh, he's gone. I was gonna say Vito probably has.
Oh yeah,
People
yeah.
like
Vito
people
has
like
the
him.
most amount of Black friends.
And
But
then I guess Chris, that makes you zero.
A zero would be
I see
Earl.
pictures of your parties though, and there's always Black people
Oh,
there.
yeah,
and
your girlfriend
Hispanic.
has
Yeah.
Black
My girlfriend is friends with.
She had Black exes?
Not that I know of, no.
Maybe because you don't ask. You're one of those guys
That'd
that
be a weird
don't like to know.
question, what are the races of your exes?
Oh, you wouldn't ask that?
No,
I would
not ask
definitely
that.
ask that. I want to know all the details, particularly that kind of stuff. I find it really exciting. And then what did he
Never
do?
mind. Now you've moved into woke, I think. Oh, thank you. I was so confused about what just happened. Forgot about the.
What am I supposed to take this with? My dick?
How?
Or we're going to do the coffee even a little earlier today.
Okay.
That sounds good.
Can I just say to you right off the bat, congratulations for what you did to Chris Stanley. I thought it was fucking fantastic.
It was great.
I hate it, Ron.
It's actually one of my favorite pictures of you ever.
It's my least favorite picture ever of myself.
Think of it as your Happy Christmas picture.
I don't like it, Ron. There's a picture of me staring at child dicks I like better.
I'm sure you do, Epstein. By the way, Epstein's the first time I guess he tried to commit suicide, the surveillance footage is missing that they had, so that proves that he never killed himself. Or why would the surveillance footage go missing?
For both times. So
Yeah.
they acknowledged they did have it, and now they said they have no idea what happened to it. From like when he was locked up with like that
because
crooked
this
cop.
isn't a big case for them. Nobody was all that interested. The cruel reviews for the Cats movie. Chris, would you just go over and grab that? I guess the reviewers are teeing off on this Cats movie. Now, I want to I want to make sure we give credit to the woman who wrote the big line. She's from Slash Film, so go ahead and hit that, Chris, first, and read her name. It's there at the top.
That
In blue.
is Hoi Tran Bui.
All right, so go back now, and here is her line. Cats. Let me see if I can get it. Cats pukes a hairball. Cats pukes a hairball, and then rubs its ass on it. That is the funniest fucking review line I've ever read outside of the Rex Reed.
How bad is this fucking movie?
It's so bad that it seems like you might want to see it.
I'm going to see it.
I think I want to, because here's the thing. You know the songs are going to be pretty, and then the visual is going to give you nightmares. So I'm kind of
I'm
fascinated.
going to disagree. I hate the songs from Cats.
Really?
Only the one song. The rest of them I find
What about this one?
unlistenable.
The jellicle cats are out tonight at the jellicle ball in the jellicle moon.
I never understood how that was such a giant hit that been
Yeah.
around for decades.
What's the rum tum
Even
something?
all those people are embarrassed. The people who've been in, they always say these songs are embarrassing to sing. And yeah, the one that is like, it's almost like it's a ripoff from Chorus Line. It sounds like the song from Chorus Line, and
Right.
and that's a real Broadway song. The rest of them I don't even get.
Yeah, I guess it's really the one big.
Yeah,
the
that
one
song
big
is
number.
great. But it's like if somebody came up with, instead of like sang Yesterday's, but as 2 days from now, really looking forward to 2 days from now.
Familiar.
I see there are some gays around.
Strange
I'll
church.
say hi 2 days from now.
You'll say hi to the gays today for now?
His dick is out. I won't even stare. His dick is out. I don't want to scream or shout. His dick is out 2 days from now. Why all these gays? I don't know. But I want to blow. There is something warm on my ass to gaze somehow. Why are you
It's
laughing?
still good, though.
I love it.
You know,
it is
like
still good.
It's
So
really,
that's-
really good.
Yeah.
that's why memory's good.
It is. Memories is a great song. Memories. I'm alone in the moonlight.
I saw that play when I was a kid, and the entire time I was like, "This is a ridiculous. This is so silly."
Yeah.
And then that song happened. I'm like, "Why am I crying?
Yeah.
Like, why am I crying after I just sat here and went, this is a ridiculous play."
Then something works. Something works, it works. You know? Earl always, we used to call him the hook man because he could fucking hook on to whatever the big hit. I mean, he had a golden ear, and he hears any song. In seconds, he could tell you whether it's going to be a hit or not.
It's amazing.
That's how come NEW went out of business.
Really?
Yeah, they didn't listen to him. So we're going to go early coffee today, or I'm not going to lie to you, early coffee.
Lemon bar for you, Chris?
No, thank you.
Lemon bar, very shitty, but it cost
Do
him
they have fruit down there?
$8. No,
Okay. I was gonna say a banana if you needed.
no. They don't have fruit at that place. Not a fucking fruit stand. What do you think this is? The fucking Amish sale down in Booth's Corners?
John in Virginia.
Hey guys, Gail, Chris,
Hey.
Earl, Merry Christmas.
Happy
it going?
Christmas, buddy.
Happy Christmas. And I gotta say, Ronnie, by the time I met you all a few years ago, Rita looks good. I'm not gay, but Rita looks good as shit.
You don't have to say I'm not gay.
Yeah,
you could just leave it at Vito looks good.
He
We all
looks
know
great.
he looks
What
good.
about me?
For you,
Yeah.
you need to lose some weight.
Oh, that's fucked up.
This is not the way we wanted to end the year, John.
No, but hey, Gail, is that the hat I got you all last year?
No, it isn't. It's a different hat, but very similar. It's a very
That's
similar
what I
hat, John.
No, but Chris, you look good too.
Thank you.
All right, John.
All right, John.
Thank you, buddy. Take care of yourself.
Thank you, man.
Thank you, Mom.
Thank you, Ma.
Hey, Jay in Michigan.
Gail, I listened to the replay from yesterday, and your Kylo Ren semen puppetry comment Probably one of the funniest fucking things I've heard
No,
in
I don't even
2020
remember
on the
this.
show.
I'm gonna be honest. I think
That
before you were here, because you were a little late for the opening of the
No,
show.
I wasn't. I was directly on time.
No, you were 20 minutes late.
Ron was on time, Gail.
I'm up for the SiriusXM Punctuality Award. All right, let me hear this joke.
I don't know it. I can't remember it.
Do any of you guys remember?
I remember talking
Let
about
me hear
Star
this
Wars.
fantastic joke. Why I was bringing a child back to life.
That's why you were late?
No, I just didn't know what time it was, and I didn't know there was going to be so much traffic. Today was a nightmare getting in. Today.
Yeah, it was weird because I took a car in and I never do, and we just cruised, and then all of a sudden just a wall of traffic.
You know what? I'm so glad I even brought that up because I want to try to remember to tip my Uber guys on the day that it happened now. I feel bad every time that I'm taking an Uber and they put up, hey, would you like to tip the guy from the other day? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It really bothers me.
It's a bad feeling.
It's like he's been waiting for that 20%.
How was your trip with Chung? Perfect. I'm going to give you 5 stars. And now, is it only 20% when you go as far as you did? Because I'm only getting, would you like to tip $1, $3, or $5?
Yes, once you hit a certain amount, then they start asking percentage. And with my 20% tip, this car really set me back.
Yeah.
I did not realize.
I'm going to give
how
a
it was.
$5 tip, which is about 25% for
Nice.
Chun, and I hope he appreciates it. I hope he texts me back right now.
Thanks so much for the great tip. And you did it right away. I'm shocked. No one does that.
Well, literally, 2 hours or whatever after the fact, but sometimes it's 3 days.
Yeah.
3 fucking days. All right, Vito has a list. No, I guess it isn't Vito. I guess it's... I can't understand because... All right, Vito's name has been taken off for this. His initials anyway. But with the most watched TV broadcast of the decade, are you the one that had those?
Yes,
Yeah,
I'm the one who sent those in. So these were the...
You notice that it says somebody else's initials next to yours?
I know. It says Chris Stanley's initials.
Chris probably did that.
I'm going to say this. Was it the Super Bowl? It was number 1.
So the Super Bowl, as far as sports goes, the Super Bowl was all 10 years for sports broadcasts. These were like TV series moments, not live
You got to be a
sports.
running series.
You have to be a running series, yes.
Well, the biggest series, I think, was either CSI as the drama, not CSI, the other one, Law and Order maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
CVS or something.
SVU.
All right, SVU. And then the whole universe show, the fucking Big Bang Theory. You're not talking into your mic.
Neither of those made the top 10 broadcast list. Not the finale of Big Bang Theory, which you'd think.
All right, so would it be like the finale of Game of Thrones?
Finale of Game of Thrones didn't make it, but there is a finale on the list.
How I Met Your
Survivor?
Not Survivor. It is 2.5 Men from CBS was like the big...
I'm surprised. You're saying 2.5 Men was bigger than Big Bang Theory?
I think they had that boost from... They kept acting like Charlie Sheen might show back up for the finale, and then they just fucking did the bit.
Charlie Sheen lookalike.
And everyone fell for that.
How about American Idol finale?
American Idol had 3 top ratings in this in 2010, 2011, and 2010. They had 3 different appearances on the list.
All right.
Yeah, they're
Was-
so huge.
Was it something that would be considered black famous?
Empire?
Is there any black famous series on there?
No, unfortunately, no. There's one, the most watched one shocked me. I mean, it was after a Super Bowl, but it's not a show that I thought people would care to.
I would be consider that a cheat.
That is a cheat.
That's a
Yeah.
piggyback.
Because a lot of that is left on because people are drunk and pass out.
Yeah, of course.
It's not watched. It's on TV while you're saying goodbye to people. Like, okay, thanks for coming over. Fucking Eagles really did it.
What's this? Then turn it off.
By the way, ESPN today was calling the Cowboys and Eagles a marquee matchup. And I'm like, why are you doing this? This is two really bad teams who had really bad years.
In a terrible division.
And all year we were like, hey, that's going to decide the division. Yeah, but it shouldn't decide the division between 2 and 7 teams.
I don't know why.
Who's going to win that game?
The Eagles.
You just jinxed this.
No,
I don't see any way. I mean, there's no one left on that team. That fucking team has Carson Wentz and then 3 UPS guys are his receivers. Who do you think's going to win, Vito?
The Cowboys.
You just guessing. I mean, you don't want to. Guys don't want to be guys talking about guy stuff, right?
I mean, in all honesty, I think it's the Eagles. I just have more faith in the Eagles.
They don't want to be guys. They're just trying to guess.
At least I have an excuse.
What's
I'm
it?
not one.
Yeah, you always cheer for the Eagles.
Yeah, I do. And I also believe that Jesus is on their side, and that's why they'll win.
Jesus is on the side of every team. They all got a lot of Christians. But I'll say this. You do root for the Eagles for the most girlish reason.
Yes.
Your guy likes them.
Yeah.
And he's a worse person to be around if they lose.
Exactly. It's better for the household if they win.
Yeah. Exciting news, everybody. Hoagie Dom is here.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we're going to have some Arthur Avenue sandwiches.
We won't. We won't.
Sal, Chris, and Charlie's?
No Sal, Chris, and Charlie's.
Are we going to show him what New York has to offer?
I don't have what New York has to offer to show to him.
What's going on with you, Dinklage?
Come on, Dink.
I hate that nickname.
Why?
What about Dink the Clown? Is that better?
Oh, that's so cute.
Love him.
Right back. Happy Christmas, everybody. It's Bennington. This is so exciting to meet you. I don't even know how I came across your Instagram page, but I'm like, this is something that I've looked for my whole life. I don't want to go into a city and not get the best sandwich. It drives me crazy.
The algorithm of Instagram just realizing that you liked hoagies and putting my account in front of your face.
But I will say that, and you do some New York stuff as well, right?
Yep. So I'm based in Philly. Now I'm an anonymous sandwich reviewer, so this is exclusive access right here that Bennington is getting.
No one else has seen your face.
Nobody's seen my face. Not even my wife.
People in the hoagie store, they're not going to know who's coming in.
Exactly. Yep.
Interesting.
So I like to keep it anonymous. Nobody knows who I am. I'll get a hoagie that you would get and you would get and a regular person would get.
Well, here's another thing that lit me up to know that you were the real deal because you understand Sarcones.
Exactly.
That's Sarcones bread. Remember when they had their own hoagies that they had?
That was heartbreaking when they closed.
So here's what I do every day after Thanksgiving, I would drop off Gail in Philly. We would go down to my folks' house. And then I would make sure I hit Sarcones. That was my day after. Yeah. And when that store closed, it was like losing a family member. It was terrible.
Yes.
Now, there's a silver lining there.
Yeah.
So the bakery is still open, right? Still servicing a lot of hoagie shops in the area. And the sandwiches I brought today feature the Sarcones seeded bread. There's a place that opened in place of Sarcones Deli, which is, some say, is even better.
You're kidding me. What's the name of this place?
So I'm not going to give the name. I don't want to blow it up, but I'll give you.
Give it to me off the air is all I want.
I'll give you the name, a code name. Okay. Angelo's.
All right, Angelo's.
And it's run by a guy named Danny. He opened in Jersey originally, and he's related to the Sarcones family, but he's baking his own bread, and the sandwiches are phenomenal. Best cheesesteak in the city, cutlets, meatball, everything.
All right, this is another good point that you brought up, cheesesteaks. Dallas is playing the Eagles. It's going to be a national game. They're going to show the same 2 cheesesteak places that they always show, and you don't want to go to those 2 places. No. And this is what happened. I remember when when you'll go to San Francisco, get the sourdough bread. I did in Fisherman's Wharf, and I'm like, what are they talking about? Sourdough bread's terrible. Because I didn't go to the right place, and this is what happens. You get a po' boy in New Orleans. It happens everywhere. You go to the wrong spots. You know how to keep
those
it
are
real.
Those are late night spots, Pat's and Gino's. That's where you go after a bachelor party.
Right.
They're open
because they're
late.
open.
Yeah, they're open late. Tony Luke's is also another option that's open a little bit late, but Angelo's best cheesesteak. And again, that's a code name. It's not necessarily called Angelo's.
Right.
But Cooper Sharp and onion is the cheesesteak now. It's not whiz. It's not provolone.
I never
Cooper
had whiz
Sharp
in my
cheese
life.
with the onion. Yep. What would you do? Provolone, American?
Yeah, I would do either one of those, but the whiz disgusts me. To me, it's An abomination.
Now, some places will make their own whiz, which is great, right? It's not the processed like, canned stuff. They'll do a Cooper Sharp whiz or a regular American cheese whiz. But those places it's good for tourists. It's good to go and experience it, but it's not the best by far.
No, you know what? That is a good point. People like to go and see that because it was in Rocky. So you go, this was in Rocky.
This is the point of it.
Yeah.
You can run the Italian market.
Yeah,
do
the whole thing.
Yep.
Yeah, you should do that if you're a tourist.
And you're a hoagie first over cheesesteak.
I really
which I
am.
think is interesting.
I really am.
And I heard you're a traditionalist, right?
Yes, I am.
So traditionalists or purists, there's many different factions. You like your hoagies with oil, I'm guessing?
Yes.
Now, Gail, do you like mayo on your sandwiches at all?
I like mayo on a sandwich, but on a hoagie, I will
It's
just do oil.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now the data says that if the parent says no mayo on a hoagie, the child rebels and will do mayo on it.
Interesting. I had no idea.
And I have data.
For
I have
this.
data. I do polls. I do controversial sandwich ingredient polls. Mayo on hoagies, ketchup on cheesesteaks, etc.
One of the things that keeps me pure because I don't live there. So I come back and I'm looking for as close as I could get to my grandmother's hoagies, right? So I'm like, where am I going? There's a lot of good places in Delaware County. When you move away from there, here's a big thing. People don't realize this. Wherever you live, if you're listening right now, you don't get the good bread. That's the problem with your sandwiches. You're not getting good bread.
Yep.
So when people are going, oh, we're trying to lose weight. Yeah, the further you go away from Philly, the easier it is to lose weight. Because you don't have the good bread.
Exactly.
I want the good bread. Now, did you see Chris Gethard has a new album out? And it's called, I think it's called Taylor Ham, Egg and Cheese. That's the North Jersey
Pork
thing.
roll.
Yeah.
Yeah. You call it pork roll.
I call
That's
it
a
pork roll.
big debate up here, whether it's Taylor Ham or pork roll. What do you call it, Gail?
I would say pork roll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of the North Jersey people just call it Taylor Ham. Do you have a picture of his thing? I love a good breakfast sandwich.
Yeah, and in Philly, you can get it on the long roll. You know what I mean? You get the pork roll, egg, and cheese on a long
Also,
roll.
like that you can do a scrapple egg and
Yeah.
cheese, which is like, I wish so much
God.
that we had access to.
Yeah. And scrapple is a very Philly, even Lancaster thing.
Yes,
Yeah.
obviously, but I really only want Habersatz, if I'm going to be completely honest.
Yeah, and it's got to be fried very crispy. Very
Yes,
crispy.
I agree.
I'll eat scrapple that is not Habersatz, because I'm like, okay, I'm here and I have to do it.
Yeah.
But I've never,
In a
it's
pinch,
never
you'll-
good.
That's one of those
it's
over.
never good. It's Habersatz that has it down to a science.
Yep.
It's perfection.
Exactly.
Also, you mentioned the ketchup on a cheesesteak.
Yeah.
I think that's horrific.
Yeah, so I
But
did.
some people, even like Philly people who grew up there, they're like, oh yeah, I always put it on. Thanks.
Yeah, no, I did a poll a couple months back, and there was some very strong opinions on ketchup on a cheesesteak. Some people think, ketchup should be a must on a cheesesteak in Philly, and then some other
Right.
people think no. The poll actually turned out, I think it was about a 62 with a 38 split for people preferring no ketchup on a cheesesteak versus ketchup.
Wouldn't
So-
even dawn on me. I mean, I don't want something that just tastes like ketchup. You can
I
taste
know.
ketchup any time of your life.
I think
That's the
people like a
problem with
little bit of the acidity there to break
Right.
up the cheese and meat. But if you have good meat, good cheese, good onion, good bread, I don't think you need it personally.
it. Chris, you were looking for a plug?
Of course, Hoagie Dom. He's in studio. He's the ambassador of Mortadella awareness, and you can follow
You're
him
a
on
big Mortadella
Instagram
fan.
at Hoagie_Dom, and go to HoagieDom.com to check out his Hoagie rankings.
Now, where do you plan on going with this Hoagie Dom? I mean, is this...
I don't
book?
know. I love sandwiches. I love hoagies. I'm just kind of letting it ride. I had no really plans when I started this account. I enjoy eating hoagies. I enjoy writing about them and telling interesting stories about them and just sharing some of the lesser known places with people. But, we do have a book out my wife and I wrote. It's called Baby's First Hoagie that she did all of the artwork on,
Well,
which
first of all, this is the most
she's
genius,
amazing.
This is the most genius thing I've ever heard in my life.
First children's book about hoagies. And
Wow.
It's been a hit. 120 copies sold. Self-sold. So there you go.
Really?
It's climbing up the Amazon ranks.
Here's what I think you should do is sell it at the Mummers Parade this year.
I could do that.
Oh
You
my
know-
God.
That's
I need
fantastic.
That. That is so cute.
Gail, I have a copy for you.
Oh, that's so great.
I heard you have a newborn. So.
I do, yeah. Well, she's 16 months, so that's prime for her first hoagie,
Exactly.
age.
It's the time to learn because you see pictures. How has she said her first word yet?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because it could have been prosciutto di Parma or mortadella. That would have been cool. That would have been cool.
Now,
Oh my God, that's so cool.
Yeah, and credit to my wife. She did all the artwork and helped to write it. So she's amazing.
she feels the same way about hoagies as you do. Little less.
Little less.
Yeah.
Little less enthusiastic about the sandwiches, but
wanna
she supports it.
You want to do 3 sandwiches a day, any day of your life.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Now, the beauty of this, she hasn't really even had a hoagie yet, right?
No, she hasn't had her first hoagie.
Now, Jack's husband is from Upper Darby, so he has his own favorite places in Upper Darby, and that's the thing.
Yeah.
There's a lot of neighborhoods you can come in and out of, and the hoagie changes slightly, different place.
Yeah.
Now you take Big J Okerson, he's from Philly, doesn't get outside of Wawa. He's like Wawa, and I'm like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
He's like, don't you just prefer like a Wawa? It's easy. I go, Jay.
I'll eat a Wawa hoagie because it's better than nothing.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's better than Sheets, I think. You know, if you had to compare the two.
Well, anything's better than Sheets. If we're going to be honest about it. I mean, at a certain point, and I was just out in Western Pennsylvania, and Sheets is everywhere out there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They're all over Pittsburgh. It's
Oh
awful.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
You're going out that way.
I know now. I know of Sheets, and I've been to
Pittsburgh is
both,
out
and
of
Sheets
hoagie
sucks.
country. They
No,
don't-
they don't have a hoagie. What's their big thing? It's
The
Primanti
Primantis.
brothers.
Yeah.
Yep, Primantis.
Now,
The
they-
French fry sandwich.
Yeah,
right.
Yep,
And
coleslaw.
they cut the bread the wrong way,
Yeah.
so you're getting less crust on their sandwich.
Yeah, it's a totally different
They
animal.
just do that to be unique.
I don't know why
What's
they
the
putting
purpose?
French fries and coleslaw on a sandwich. What's wrong with it being a slide?
I think they got
Aside.
bored.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
think they
bad
got bored.
sandwich. I just right.
See all the
Yeah, it's
the,
too much.
the lack of crust that you got there.
Yeah, that's very strange to cut in that direction.
Now here's the thing: these poor people were raised on that, so they don't see anything different. They're like, "Oh, you go to
So
Primanti's."
sad.
Then they come east to Philly, and it's a whole new world.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. That is true. It's very hard. There was a place when I lived in Florida called Las Espadas.
Okay.
And they would fly the bread down. It was in Fort Lauderdale. They did a very good
They
job.
did a good job.
They
yeah.
did a good job
You
because
would
they
drive far too to get that sandwich.
2.5 hours maybe, but it's not that far when you're going after a good sandwich.
And even so, you got to be cautious with people saying, it's a Philly thing.
Yeah.
It's just the word that's thrown around a lot, and I always proceed with caution. But there's a place in New York that I really like that does Philly style sandwiches that I was hesitant about at first, but I went and it's legit. The guys from South Philly, it's called Fedoroff's. Roast pork or cheesesteak, whatever you want to bring up. But they do the roast pork well, the
Yeah.
cheesesteak well, the Italian hoagie, and a chicken cutlet. There's one in Manhattan and one in Brooklyn.
Chris,
It's actually legit.
what part of town is this in? In Manhattan?
I'll find out now.
I think it's financial district.
Now, it's down there.
Yeah, it's down.
Now, Chris has his own Queens stuff. There's a lot of sandwiches in Queens.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't want to bring any in today. He was nervous about being
Comparison.
mocked because the last time you lost the sandwich war against the other guys.
Yeah, I did. They had brought something from A&F, another
Okay.
place in Astoria. But then the big place in Astoria, the one that everyone knows, is Sal, Chris, and Charlie's.
Okay.
And they're known for their
Didn't one of them just die?
And I think Sal just died. Yeah, Sal from Sal, Chris, and Charlie's.
He
my
wasn't murdered by the
favorite.
other.
I hope not.
I'm going to add them to my list. I have a running list of about 100 places, and New York is starting to grow into the New York territory.
Yeah.
Right.
So I'll check them out.
And yeah, they're in Astoria. They're known for the bomb, and they're known for just the classic Italian.
Okay. Now, see, they cut the bread all the way through, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the hero. They cut
Yeah.
the bread all the way through. Typically, a hoagie, it's cut,
Right.
like this, as you can see.
See what an expert he is.
That's
He's
special.
able to
He's everything.
he's able to walk
There's
through-
not a lot
Genius.
of
He's a
differences
hoagie
between
genius.
the sub, the hoagie, the hero, the whatever, the regional thing, and then the ingredients are basically the same. But the difference with Philly, I feel like, is just the respect for the bread.
Yeah, it's the respect for the bread. It's
I didn't
respect for
realize.
the oil too. I know you're a rebellious guy. You want
No,
mayo,
I
want
don't
mayo, want
have this mayo on it.
Do we have a jar of mayo?
Now, here's what the next time you come up, because we had a guy we wanted to swing by and see you. Arthur Avenue, it's up near Yankee Stadium. They're known for all their Italian sandwiches. So we're gonna have to next time you come in, we'll do a taste test. You see how it lines up.
Let's do it.
That was planned this time, but he's got to do what?
A Star Wars marathon, a 27-hour Star Wars marathon. He's watching all the Star Wars films because Rise of Skywalker is coming out. I think it was out.
Who's he
tonight.
doing this marathon with?
I don't know who he's doing it with. I
Is
just
it
know he's.
doing it by himself? Because it seems like he could have moved it.
I think he just has to do it all the way through, or he's going to be pissed. Doesn't make any sense.
All right, let's go to Taylor in Jersey.
Hey, Taylor.
Hey, I want to see what Hoagie Don thinks. I say Atlantic City bread is better than Philly bread any day. What do you think?
So what's the Atlantic City place called?
White House.
The White House.
But whose bread do they use? Do they bake their own, or I'm not even honestly sure. I haven't been there in probably a decade.
Yeah, I haven't been there in a long time. I remember it was a good sandwich. I didn't consider it a hoagie though, but it is a good sandwich.
I remember having a hoagie there once on a trip, and I remember being like good, but it didn't kind of compare to the hoagie places.
There's definitely,
that
I think, there's a big group of people who love White House. I've heard about them. People are telling me to check them out. There's
Gambling
a couple
addicts.
spots down there.
A lot of gambling addicts.
Exactly.
You know?
Scumbags.
Yeah.
I don't like that picture so much. I mean, that wasn't the best visual.
This doesn't look too good.
I don't see the seeded bread, but you tell us if it's different.
Earl, where do you go for sandwiches in your part of Queen?
Not really a connoisseur of the, because we always call them heroes. We never
We
called.
understand that. Where do you go for sandwiches? Is what my question is.
For me, it was always very low grade. It was like Western beef. It was always.
Western beef's a
Isn't
supermarket.
that a grocery store?
What are you talking about?
We used to get heroes at Western beef.
Hoagie,
Sad.
Hoagie dog. You gotta get to Western beef.
I honestly
Please don't.
I don't know if I'm gonna
Hoagie
write that
dog?
down. To be honest, I'm sorry, Earl. I didn't see you back there. Hey, what's up?
How you doing?
That was truly bizarre.
Now, the great Solomon Burke, he was a Philly soul singer from the 60s on. The last time, and he's passed away, but last time he was up here, he was talking to me about a cheesesteak, and he goes like this, I had to eat it in the car. He goes, wouldn't even take it home. I go, I do that all the time.
Yes.
I'll always at least half of it
Yeah.
out front because you want to catch a cheesesteak while it's hot.
Exactly.
I know.
Yeah. And a lot of the reviews I do, I try and eat in the actual place, so it's maximum freshness. Occasionally, I have to take it to a nearby park bench and eat it, enjoy it, and take the pictures that I take. But
why is a day 2 hoagie the best thing?
Oh,
on
yeah.
it
earth?
just
It's
marinates
really
a little.
good.
So
It's so good.
it's great with a little, throw it in the fridge for a couple hours. The flavors just kind of come together.
Yeah.
The only reward with that is the bread getting soggy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got to be cautious of that. But overall, when the hoagie has a little bit of time to sit, like these have been trained marinating for a little bit,
Yeah.
about an hour and a half from Philly to New York. So the flavors are a little bit melded together.
What's this hoagie? Where's this
So
from?
this is from Antonio's Deli, South Philly. It's one of my favorite South Philly, like old school Italian deli spots.
Yeah.
This is called the Old Italian. So prosciutto di Parma, capicola, soppressata. They use a 3-cheese sharp provolone blend, which is kind of ground up a little bit. Roasted red peppers, tomato, shredded lettuce, and a little bit of seasoning. The oil's on the side just so it didn't get extra
Now, Chris,
soggy.
you trying some of this?
Yes, this is fucking amazing.
I mean, now...
And it's a Sarcone's bread, let me say
right.
that.
Now when you think about the shitty places that you grew up,
Sal, Chris, and Charlie's,
Yeah.
maybe.
better, right? And I don't have a dog in this fight.
Yeah.
This isn't my local place, but this sandwich is unbelievable.
The fucking ingredients and the bread is so crusty.
There's no reason to curse. Let's just see if you will just say right off the bat, this sandwich is better than something that you get at your favorite place your whole life.
This is better than the Sal, Chris, and Charlie's
There we go.
sandwich.
So good.
You heard it.
I'm sorry that I gave you that recommendation. Maybe you should still go just to review it.
Why?
But
Yeah, no, it's a different animal. I'm not going to compare a hero to a hoagie. I can't do that. That's not fair to New York.
that's delicious.
This is
And yes,
unreal. It's been so long since I had a really good one too.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the bread. If this bread was no good, it would be a shit
You're
sandwich.
100% correct. This is why you're going to make $1 million doing this. Because people need to... You know the Food Network has never had anybody to pay attention to this topic, and it's insane to me.
no.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
true.
no, none of them. I mean,
Not even Guy Fieri or
No,
Bobby
Guy
Flay?
Fieri's like, whatever you give him, he likes. And he's
Bananas.
like, oh, yeah. Oh, you cooked 1.5 pounds of bacon and put it between... You know what I mean? He's
Yeah.
like, this is great. And you go, it isn't great, dude.
everything is awesome. Everything blows
Right.
his mind.
But
eat it
you
off a
really
shoe.
have to say, you really have to go out and pick the great places because there are people who will go do this great. Now, here's what happens to me. When I go to Chicago, I know some of it is good and some of it isn't good.
Yeah.
But how am I supposed to do? Run around blind?
No,
Right.
I'm not going to
fucking
trust what I read out there. I need
You
somebody.
need somebody to tell the truth.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm here to help spread the truth.
And you go to a bad place, then forever you're gonna go. You know what who has
Right.
terrible food is Chicago.
I'm going to tell you the truth. I've never been impressed with the Italian beef in Chicago, and they always talk about that. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's a place that's so great, but what do I know? I'm getting something on my way to the airport. Also, I'm going to Detroit very soon.
Detroit style pizza. I heard you talking about that.
Now, here's the thing. I don't know where I'm going. You know what I mean? I want to find the place before I judge it.
The place that somebody called in and recommended, I think they said Buddy's or something. That was one of the original spots. I've never been there. I've just had Detroit style pizza in Philly or New York, and it's good. But check it out in Detroit for the original spots.
Hey, Dave. Dave, you're on Bennington.
Hi, thank you for taking my call. I appreciate it. Let me turn the radio off here, pause it. The reason I'm calling is to keep the sandwich fresh. There are many ways to do it, as we all know, but one that I found key that I learned from an old-timer was you take a paper towel, fold it in like thirds or fourths, whatever it takes, place it over the top of the sandwich, same for the bottom, wrap it once with a paper towel, and then the key is using a paper plate. That way, all this paper draws all the moisture out of your sandwich. So when you eat it, it's not a soggy mess. You eat it the next day, you can heat it up and still taste fresh, still taste good. You don't have all that sog factor acting up in there.
Now, I also want to point this out. This stuff is wrapped in the right paper, right?
Yeah,
This is the correct way. Yeah.
And there's cutlet, too. There's the chicken cutlet Italian with roasted peppers and broccoli rabe. That's wrapped in more the tinfoil type of wrapping, but it's from the same place, Antonio's.
Well, we'll take a taste of this.
The Hoagie Dom's in studio. He's the ambassador of Mortadella awareness. You can follow him on Instagram at Hoagie_Dom. Go to HoagieDom.com to check out his Hoagie rankings. And he's the co-author of Baby's First Hoagie, which is available now on Amazon.
Now, some people debate the fact they're saying that Philly has such good sandwiches that some people don't believe that the pizza is up to the same level. Do you agree or disagree?
I disagree. We don't have the number of great pizza spots that New York has. I mean, you're going to get the best pizza in New York. There's a place on every corner. You like that chicken cutlet?
Unbelievable.
There you go.
Oh my God, I'm sick.
But the pizza is still up and coming in Philly. There's a lot of great spots that do Detroit, New York circle style, Pizza Al Taglio. There's a lot of good spots in Philly.
Now, the thing is, too, pizza's always been known for great comfort food, but it's actually becoming a real food town, like great famous chefs. I'll be honest, I can get that a lot of places. When I go to Philly, I want to eat Philly food,
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I guess if I lived there, I'd be like, no, I want to, live a full life.
Every time I go
A well-balanced diet.
to visit my husband's family, like we always talk about, like, oh man, there's so many great places that we probably should be going.
Right.
But we go to all his favorite comfort food spots of his childhood.
But I'm a big believer. If I go to a city, like if I'm going to L.A., I want to eat something you can only get in L.A.
Now, here's a question for you.
Yeah.
You've been to L.A. I've never been to L.A. Been in other parts of California. Why the heck do they put mustard on their Italian sandwiches? Have you recognized that?
First of all, I wouldn't get an Italian sandwich in Los Angeles.
Okay.
I'm not going to do it.
That's fair.
I'm going to go for Mexican food or Asian food. But I don't trust most of these places outside of the Northeast to care about. When I'm in Denver, I don't know what they think of a sandwich there. You know what I mean?
Good point.
Because it doesn't seem like they have that. They don't seem like they. I don't go anywhere to eat if they don't boo their football team. You know what I mean? I really got to feel like
passion.
it's the same passion that you're bringing.
I spoke to someone who was talking about the difficulty of having lived in New York and then moving to LA, and the breakfast sandwich of any kind.
Right.
You just can't get a bacon, egg, and cheese on a roll, and that being horrific to them. They're like, I don't understand what you do when you need to eat breakfast quick and you want a breakfast sandwich.
Right.
You got to go to a breakfast taco place, okay, but you just can't get. And it seems like the simplest thing. That seems like it should be a standard issue American thing.
Yep.
Is bacon, egg, and
The
cheese on a roll.
baseline.
It
Every
isn't.
city should have a good
Yeah.
breakfast sandwich spot.
Yeah.
It seems like some people just don't have that care for it. It's sad. It's the same way with pizza. Why do these chains even exist? Every town should beat the shit out of the pizza chains.
Right.
I know it's only, what do you pay, $5 for a Domino's or
Yeah,
whatever?
for like a medium pizza.
That means that you're not getting.
No, you're getting something weird.
Yes.
It's the
Slow
fucking
quality.
bread is nuts.
Yeah.
Not every place takes care in their ingredients and takes care in what they're doing. So
No, those places put plastic in the bread. Like there's like a
What are you
plastic.
talking about?
There's like a plastic chemical like that. It's in Subway.
You know
and
you're setting yourself up for a lawsuit by even talking about.
this is
Can
a
you
known
prove
fact.
this, or is this something
It's
that
on-
you heard
this
in a
is
men's room somewhere?
No, it's online. This is a.
Well,
proven
you
thing.
don't online, then it must be real.
Yeah,
You do
the
not
internet's
speak
real.
for Sirius XM or the Bennington Show. You speak for yourself. All lawsuits should be aimed towards you.
Man, this chicken cutlet.
It's
one is
unbelievable.
So fantastic.
Yeah.
It's good. A little taste of Philly.
That's why I always liked the Reading Market there. That you could literally walk through there and eat good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great roast pork, great
Yeah.
cheesesteak, a little taste of everything.
Hey, Charlie in Delaware.
Hey, you just brought up the Ready Market Terminal. I'm going to be up there at the convention center. What place would you recommend? And is Nick's Roast Beef on Pass Young still open?
So in the Reading Terminal Market, I would go to DeNick's, and then I would go across the hall to Herschel's East Side Deli. You get the Italian roast pork or roast beef, and then you can get a pastrami sandwich from Herschel's. And the second part of your question was Nick's Roast Beef. Yeah, that is still open. There's a location of Nick's Roast Beef in Philly.
Yeah. Yeah, it's on 13th and Pass Young, right?
I believe that's the address. Yep.
All right, go live the good life, my friend. Now, there's a North Jersey sandwich that they call the Sloppy Joe, and it's not like the kid Sloppy Joe. It's the Jewish deli one, right? Have you had this?
No, I haven't. What is
Put it
that?
up. You know the name of the place that we got them from? I just did this for a creep store when we were in North Jersey, and the guys went crazy for it.
It's so good. I'm gonna get the name now.
I get the name, get to the bottom of it, Chris. But like, I don't know what a St. Louis sandwich would be. You know,
Yeah.
I don't know a Cincinnati. I know they're so crazy there with their chili.
Chili,
I don't know what I would trust them with when I saw how awful their chili is.
Probably a lot of chain sandwich spots out that way.
I would imagine. I imagine they think Subway or what was the place that you said, Earl? Western Beef?
Western Beef.
Western Beef and Flush.
You know I hate to hear that, right?
Yeah, it was a kid's thing that we did. It was kind of stupid.
You got to clear your throat. You sound terrible. All right, this is the sandwich right
That's
here.
not what I was expecting.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
It's a totally different thing. What's the name of the place?
I don't know the name of the place yet. I just found the sandwich though.
I'm going to add that to my list.
Yeah.
That looks good.
I'm going to hook you up
Very good.
with the correct place. Try with Deborah. See if she knows the name of it.
Epps Essen.
Do you got the picture from there?
Yeah.
No, we could do. We could have some for you when you get here, but the next time that you come in. But you got to unhinge
look
your
at
jaw to eat that sandwich. Though.
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous, and it's really good.
Now, why do
It's
they
very
call
unique.
that the Sloppy Joe?
I have no idea. They're crazy.
Some,
you know,
guy,
they're-
some
they're-
sloppy guy named
Yeah,
Joe.
they don't even know it, and you can't get it as you go further south
Got
in
it.
Jersey. They
Yeah.
don't know what you're talking about.
Not even in Central.
Yeah, 10 miles in any direction, people are going, "What? Can I help you?" And you're in a Jewish deli.
Yeah, that's on the list. I'm going there.
It's delicious.
Hey,
the Russian dressing.
Ian in Florida.
Yeah, the Sloppy Joe location, the original spot, is called Town Hall Deli in South Orange. That's where I grew up.
There we
Very
go.
good sandwich.
Now, the fact that you're only calling it a very good sandwich means that you know, if I grew up eating this sandwich, I'd probably fight everybody if they brought up another sandwich to me because it's so unique.
Yeah.
And you're not going to get anything like that again.
Yeah, it's not from what you get in the elementary school. Absolutely nothing
No,
like that.
nothing like that. No, Jay, what is on the sandwich?
Ian.
Ian.
Oh,
he's gone.
He's gone.
Now, it looks like they cut the crust off on that. Is
Yeah,
that
they
is that
do.
an
Yeah.
Uncrustables?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crust is not kosher. I believe the way that they deal with it there.
Rich in Long Island.
Hey guys. Hey, Ron, Gail.
How's it going?
Love the show.
good.
So I just want to ask Hoagie guy there. Now, I
Hoagie
grew up in
Dumb.
Hoagie Dom, excuse me.
forgiven.
I grew up and went to college in Philly. You know, lived there the first 25 years. So I got
What school you go to? Drexel? Where'd you go?
Westchester University, and that
okay,
leads
it's in
right
Philly.
into my
That's what
comment.
we do down there.
It's what
Everyone's
that-
in Philly when they're not.
Yeah, it's the suburbs for
So
sure.
what are you, a school teacher now?
Yeah, no, I live in Long Island. I do something else. But anyway, Yeah, I just wondered if Hoagie Dom ever encountered a place near where I went to college, a little joint we used to order from called Rosie's Deli. That they had what I always thought was the best cheesesteak I ever had by a mile.
I'm sorry, what was the name of it?
Rosie's.
It's called Rosie's Deli in Westchester, PA. I don't know if you ever make it.
Now, I've been to Westchester. I had a couple friends who went to college there. I don't recall going there, but I'll add it to the list. I'm always looking for new spots.
I'm not 100% sure whether it's still there. Just before I called, I Googled it just to see if it does still exist. And I found that the proprietor, Rosie herself, is famous enough that she had a Wikipedia entry about her. Apparently, she died a couple of years ago, and it did mention her deli. I guess she was a very beloved figure in the community.
The top listing here is an obituary for somebody. I don't know if that's her.
If I just Googled Rosie's Deli, Westchester, PA, and I came onto her wiki.
Chris, you're going in a whole different direction, huh?
Oh, I see it. Yeah, looks like that's her.
Yeah.
But anyway, she made an unbelievable cheesesteak and a great other thing called the cheesesteak stromboli. We used to order up to the dorms all the time. That was just heaven. It was real good.
I love a stromboli.
Yeah, me too.
Great hoagies and everything.
Nice tip.
All right, thanks, Rich.
A good stromboli is perfect, but there's a lot of bad stromboli.
There's a lot of bad stromboli in the city too. Like you'll think like you're in a good place, and you're like, oh man, I'm gonna try it. And then when it's off, it's really off.
Yeah, it's just shit.
Chris, did you do the chicken parm, Sam?
I did. Delicious.
What do you think?
Fucking fantastic.
So good, right?
How do you put it against South Chris and Charlie's?
Better than Sal Chris and Charlie's.
There we go.
There
Two
you
for
go.
two.
Yeah,
2 for 2.
That's perfect.
And they do these roasted red peppers and broccoli, Rob. They do them
Yeah.
there. They're just fucking marinated in garlic oil.
I love that.
So good.
Now, New York is struggling with a lot of pizza places and sandwich places because the rent is so high. Those people have moved now to either Connecticut or Long Island.
Yeah.
You can still get a lot of good places in Staten Island, though. Staten Island really does because the same people have been there for 50 years, but they get run off from Manhattan.
Right.
And then what do you get? Dollar pizza.
99 cents.
Right.
Nobody knows what the hell's happening. at
Great
those
deal
places.
on that pizza.
There is a great deal.
Hey, TJ in Jersey City.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
How's it going?
I just wanted to clear up the Sloppy Joe mystery in Northern
Let's get to the
Jersey.
bottom of it.
Okay, so generally there's 3 meats you can choose from: ham, turkey, roast beef. You pick 2 of those. They put Swiss cheese on it, coleslaw, Russian dressing, and it's served on rye bread with triple decker style, 3 slices of bread.
Yeah.
That's a real Sloppy Joe. Anywhere else that sells it any other way than that is just doing it wrong.
I like the idea that you're the Sloppy Joe police. That's
Thanks, TJ.
Now, Hoagie Dom, have you been up to Buffalo?
No.
Their famous thing is beef on a whack.
Yeah, I need that. I need the wings. I need their style pizza. I need it all.
It's all good.
Yeah.
It is all good, I swear. And, I would never go around just give Buffalo credit for no reason, but I eat very good when I'm up that way. That beef on a whack, I heard about it, and I'm like, no, I don't think I'm going to like this. It's unbelievably great. Yeah.
Really good.
And the last time I went up there, this place, it was set up like it was a fast food place, but the sandwich was like $17. And I'm like, $17 per sandwich. Well worth it.
Wow.
It was as good as any meal that you'll have.
That's great.
Good as any meal that you'll have.
You remember the name?
I don't, but it's part of a local chain there. But the people are slicing the roast beef right there as you walk in.
Is it like Charlie the Butcher?
Might be Charlie the Butcher. You might be right about that. Why would you come up with that?
Because I remember when you were talking about it last time.
Oh, okay.
That's a good memory.
That's really
Great
good.
memory.
Really, that's producing. What you're doing right now, Chris, is great producing. That's why, I'm doing the year-end award. You might be up for producer of the year.
Oh, please, Ron.
Right
Please.
now, it's in between you and Earl.
Oh, well, Earl?
Yeah.
Come on. He
He's
fucked
pretty
up
good.
Salad Club in that picture.
All right,
He's pretty
you want me
good.
to replace him with Vito? Would you rather run against Vito or Earl?
Hey, Polly in Buffalo.
There we go.
What's going on, guys? How you
How's it
doing?
going?
Hey, not for nothing, but Charlie the Butcher smashes fucking anything around here. But
I
I want to know
this is a good thing? Okay, good.
What's it? Why do they call it a hero? How you guys are? Like, it's a sub or a hoagie. Why do you guys call it a hero? I don't get
No,
it.
none of us call it we only call it a hoagie.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Paul,
Why do
it
they
seems
call
like
it
you
hero?
call here looking for a fight. You know what I mean? I don't understand everything that's happening.
Never call looking for a fight. Love you guys, man.
Where do you go for food in Buffalo? What's the best great food?
I got to admit, man, Buffalo's really not my spot when it comes to food. I would rather go to Niagara Falls. Niagara Falls has got a better pizza. You guys say, I get it.
No, I don't know. I don't know. I wouldn't think that Niagara Falls would have any good food.
I like how aggressive Paulie is. I appreciate it. He's a very tough guy, Paulie.
He is
I
a
like
tough
him.
guy, but what do you don't understand, Paulie, is I'll get on a plane to go up there right now. That's where we're going with this. Hey, Paulie.
Listen, guys, if you ever come down to Falls, check out a place, Donatello's in downtown Niagara Falls. I guarantee it'll blow out anything that's ever been in Buffalo and probably half the shit that you got to see in New York City.
All right, let me tell you. I'm going to come up. The Creeps are going to do a show up in that area, and I'm going to send you into the pretty good prize closet right now, so we can stay in in touch with each other.
Hey, Jessica in Philly. What's up?
Yo. Yeah. Hoagie Dom. Hold on. First of all, thank you for putting me on the Hoagie Dom. This is fucking great.
Yeah.
What's up?
But scrapple on egg and cheese in the morning. Well, I mean they open at noon, but I'm gonna revisit that Angelo's. I want to drop that Angelo's, John. That is the place in Philly to go. Pizza, sandwiches, all that.
Now, we're not calling it Angelo's. We're just calling it Angelo's because that's not the real name, okay?
Right.
Yeah. Could be anything.
I mean, okay. Just go to South Philly, find the A place, and order you some scrapple egg and cheese on that seeded roll. It is beautiful.
The best.
Beautiful. Thank you so much.
Jessica,
Hoagie
I
Dom,
love
this
you.
is
I love
great.
everything about you.
Me too, Jessica.
Yeah, got a Hoagie.
Got a Hoagie on Tuesday.
I brought you some cakes and eggs. Yeah.
All right, take care, Jessica.
All right, Bobby wants to fight with Paulie that called them. Bobby, what's up?
Hey, Bobby.
Hey guys, you know what we would call Paulie in Buffalo? A fucking fugazi. That's a big fuck right there. You don't go to fucking Niagara Falls to get Buffalo food, you fake fuck. There's chef.
I'm trying to think. If I've been in Buffalo and never had a bad meal, and I can't think of one. You know what I mean? Their food sticks to you because they're winter people.
Yes,
you know what I mean? So they have really big, thick food. And the first place I got a beef and weck, this place was so old, yet they tried to act like it was formal with like plates and everything.
Yeah.
And I'm like, they understand.
Yeah, they get it.
Now, where do you eat in Buffalo?
Try the Chop House.
The Chop House.
It's a steakhouse.
Yeah.
It's really good. Right in downtown, it's awesome. And then good Italian food, chefs. You'll never go wrong with going to. It's old school, hole in the wall, fantastic food.
Who's your favorite wing in Buffalo?
Ooh, got to go with Duff's.
Duff's. Okay.
Duff's. There's a lot of different wing places there. I know the.
Yeah, don't go Anchor Bar. Anchor Bar is fucking comic shit. It's just Duff's is old school again, hole in the wall. It's right on the side of a highway, but it's damn good food, man.
Good tip.
Fuck that Paulie guy. Fuck him.
All right.
Thank you, Bobby.
We're done with them. Now, by the way, we said we wanted to get a copy of this for your mom, right?
Yeah.
Do we
so
have to go through and bleep everything that's on here?
If you could.
Yeah.
She's not even listening. I told
Yeah.
her by text her. I said, "Hey, I'm going to be on the Bennington show.
Yeah.
You know, can I say hi?" And she said, well, "How do I listen? How do I
Yeah.
do it? Can you give me a recording?"
Right.
So if we can get like a
Yeah.
cassette tape or something.
Yeah,
sure.
cassette. You got
That
an
would be
old
great.
cassette from the 70s?
Can we hook that up? Please?
Chris, what are you eating now?
Oh, I'm finished with. I'm finished.
Would you want to grab a little more
I
for
would love to
yourself?
have a little more.
Yeah.
You're going to be producer of the year. I want you to be nice and full. Go ahead and plug.
Hoagie Dom, he's in the studio, and he's the ambassador of Mortadella Awareness. You can follow him on Instagram at Hoagie_Dom. Go to HoagieDom.com to check out his Hoagie rankings. And he's the co-author of Baby's First Hoagie, which is available now on Amazon.
By the way, the broccoli rabe on this chicken cutlet. That's
unbelievable.
what
That's
it
great.
is.
Now-
Like, that's the whole
Yeah.
thing. It's so good.
They're known for their vegetarian sandwich. And I don't normally order one, but when
Right.
the broccoli rabe and roasted red peppers are that good, it's a great sandwich. Great
Yeah.
veggie sandwich.
I mean, I could not believe it's like the best part of this sandwich. It's so phenomenal.
Now, here's the beauty of Hoagie Dom, too. You're not limited to just hoagies. You get on you see a nice cheesesteak.
Yep.
You got pizza. Now, where are you on hot dogs? Do you ever enjoy a hot dog in your life?
I like them.
Yeah.
You know, it's not something I seek out.
Right.
You know, I'll do a little mustard or chili or something, but I feel like Philadelphia is not a hot dog city.
Yeah.
Now, sausages, which if you
Right.
see that picture, I don't know if you guys ever been there, but Rocco's Sausages, they have a couple locations. This one's attached to a Home Depot, and it's just hot sausage, sweet sausage, onions, peppers, and that's pretty much it.
I think
it's amazing.
I don't think you have to do much with a sausage sandwich. I agree.
It's simple, yeah.
Yeah, that it's a simple, and it's perfect. Look at that.
That's beautiful.
It's the most Philly thing ever, a sausage place outside of a Home Depot.
Yeah.
Hey, Mike in New Jersey.
Hey guys, how you doing? The name of the beef on weck place is Schwabbles. Schwabbles in Buffalo. It's in West Seneca. Fucking phenomenal. I went to school there. Oh, I would drive the 6 hours right now to go back and have one. Great sandwich. And also, to echo what the other caller said, yeah, Duff's is definitely the best wings in Buffalo. Anchor Bar gargles my balls.
Okay,
that's not commercial garbage. Oh my god, it was
It's hard to
terrible,
tell, is it
terrible,
good or
terrible.
bad?
It could be good.
Yeah, it depends, really.
Now I took you to the Anchor Bar when you were a little kid, if you
Yes.
remember,
Mhm.
because that's the famous place.
Yeah.
You want to do it as a tourist. You know what I
Yes.
mean? You say to the kids, "This is where the chicken wings started. See this." But if you live there, you're not going to
Right.
go to Anchor Bar the whole time. But again, Buffalo has some really good spots. Cleveland has a lot of good sandwich spots.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Cleveland takes, again, I'm going to say blue collar towns that might get a little crazy at a football game. They seem like they're going to understand a sandwich. I don't know what you can get in Portland. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know whether they're going to have what we need for a good thick sandwich.
Hey, Dave in Philly.
Hey, what's up, guys?
How's it
Honored
going?
to be speaking with the Hoagie Dom right
What's
now.
up, Dave?
I mean, the Hoagie truth sayer of Philadelphia. What can I
wonderful.
say?
That's cool.
Jeez, I don't even know what to say. But anyway, people from Philly will tell you, oh, this is the best sandwich, that's the best sandwich. Don't listen to him. Just
Okay.
listen to the Hoagie Dom, because he tells you about that secret place with the A that may or may not be called Angelo's, and it's the best food in this town, maybe world.
Yeah, see, we're on the same page, Dave. I like
Yeah.
it.
Absolutely, 100%. But you know how it is in Philly. Everyone says, oh, well, where I used to go growing up is good. Or
And that
"Yeah,
happens
this
to you. I
place
mean,
is
and you
corner
can
in my
understand that.
neighborhood."
And that's okay.
Yeah.
You know, people grow up with a spot. It's their favorite South Philly spot. They're all great. I mean,
Right.
it's not going to be bad. It's just some people do a little
course.
better than others. Some
Right.
people make their own bread. Some people use sarcones. It's just little things like that set them above the others.
And why do we want to?
There's the cheesesteak
Yeah.
from that A place.
Why do we want to keep
It's
Angelo's on the
unbelievable.
down low?
So about a month ago, the pizza guy, Portnoy from Barstool, went to, again, not necessarily called Angelo's, but maybe
Right.
something else. He went, and the lines have been a little bit longer, so not really trying to blow up the spot even further.
Smart.
For the regulars, the people who try and go every week.
Hey, Joe in New York.
Hello?
Hey, how's it going, Joe?
Hi.
What can we do for you, Joe?
Oh, nothing. I just wanted to tell you about the Russ Hut.
That's
hot
the
dog.
big hot dog.
Hot
Yeah,
dog,
it's the
yeah,
big
I
hot
am.
dog place.
Yeah, it's super, super good, and they have the, I never liked relish until I tried that place. It was fucking homemade relish, and it's beautiful.
And those are the rippers, they call them, right?
Right.
They're like,
Yeah, they're fried.
Yep. I've seen somebody go there. I don't know if it's Bourdain or somebody, but that place is in my memory bank.
Carl Ruiz used to go there all the time, and he swore by it when he went out Ruizing with his life.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks good.
Hey, Troy in Pittsburgh.
Hey, how you doing?
How's it going, Troy?
Fantastic. Long-time listener. Hey, so I'm from Pittsburgh, and we're known for our sandwiches and our food because we're a blue-collar town. But my favorite sandwich spot is Frank and Louie's in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware.
All right, let's take a look at this. Now, this is a place. You're saying the best sandwich spot is only open in the summer. So what I'm saying, that would be hard to do in 3 months to become the
Right.
best.
No.
I tell you what, you go there and you'll admit it's amazing. It's amazing.
What are they known for?
They're a small little Italian deli, so like everything, they bake their own bread. They slice, like the example, you get a prosciutto sandwich with a sharp provolone. It's paper thin and it's perfect. Like to the point where I live in Pittsburgh, and every time I'm there, I bring home 5 or 6 sandwiches just to give family when I get home.
Dude, when I was at my dad's funeral, my cousin Jimmy and my cousin Flossie, they both have moved to Lower Delaware. So they start comparing like pizza and sandwich places. And they're going, it's like an hour away, but it's really good. Finally, I'm at a point like, do you guys ever cook? This conversation lasted an hour and a half of how far you got to go for a sandwich. I'm worried. I'm concerned.
Should be easier than that,
Yeah.
right?
Kendall in Boston.
Bennington,
What's
how
up,
you guys
Kendall?
doing?
Yeah.
So I was calling about in Philly, in Reading Terminal Market, there's a place called Dinnick's.
Yeah.
Dinnick's.
And so good.
It is really good.
Roast pork sandwich.
It's unbelievable.
With broccoli rabe, sharp provolone on top. Oh, my God.
Now, here's the thing. That is a tourist spot, so you would expect it to be off. There's a donut place in there, too, that I'm like...
Baylor's.
It's unbelievable, but I'm so full from eating sandwiches. I'm like, you want to put 2 donuts in my pocket? Maybe when I wake up from a nap, I'll just eat one.
It'll be nice and warm for you.
Yeah, but there's never, you would think that this place should be, taking advantage of people, and they're not. They're really good food there.
And you know what kind of bread they use?
Sarcones?
Sarcones.
That's good to hear it. That's good to hear. Makes me feel better.
James in Ohio.
Hey, Bennington.
Hey.
I love this subject. So I'm in Ohio now, but I grew up in Connecticut, and we had a place called Al's Delicatessen, and he made the best meatball grinder. We called them grinders.
Because that's hot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's long since out of business because he threw people out for ordering shit he didn't want to make. But
I understand. I understand that. I mean, he's cares. Now,
well, I was going to say, Ronnie, when you said oil on a sub, he would never do that. Like on a roast beef sub, he would only give it to you with his homemade mayo.
right.
That he
That's because it's Connecticut. I mean, they get confused. Now, here's another thing. Connecticut is really known for some good pizza.
Yeah.
And they love hot dogs. Weirdly, they love donuts there. And they love cheeseburgers. So they're putting the time in. I give Connecticut a lot of
There's
credit.
effort there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm
The
not...
pizza's great.
Yeah.
A pizza, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of the place that it's been there since like 1910. They have that hot oil pizza. Remember, I brought some of that.
You brought some when we were on vacation. It was so good.
It's in Bridgeport, and I mean, you go in there and there's pictures of people in World War II uniforms up on. Like, okay, you've been here a while.
Colony Grill.
That's what it is.
Yeah,
It's
that's
Colony
it.
Grill.
Yeah.
It's a nice place. All right, Pizza Dom. I want you to. Hoagie Dom. Pizza Dom's your cousin. Passed
that's my
away.
cousin. R.I.P.
What you did was fantastic. Now, the next time you come up, I'm going to have the Arthur Avenue, and we're going to sit.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to. We'll have all different ones, and we'll decide whether something is good enough to make your
Let's do
site
it.
or it isn't.
Let's do it. I mean,
Yeah.
we could do a blind taste testing too.
I wouldn't mind doing that at all.
We'll just do a live hoagie truth, whatever's clever. You know?
Chris, would you like to do the plug?
I would love to.
Yeah.
The Hoagie Dom has been in studio. He's the ambassador of Mortadella Awareness. You can follow him on Instagram at Hoagie_Dom. Go to HoagieDom.com to check out his Hoagie rankings. And he's the co-author of Baby's First Hoagie, which is available now on Amazon.
Earl, you are not to take a picture of the Hoagie Dom. He has to stay anonymous. All right?
Yes.
I feel like I'm Alfred now. Like I know who Batman is. You know what I
feel
mean?
really good about
But like Alfred, I'll take that to my grave.
Thank you. I appreciate the confidentiality there.
Honestly, I'm going to tell you the truth. I thought you were literally from Italy because I saw there was something that you had up. You were.
I was wearing an
and I'm
Italian
like,
shirt. Yeah.
First, but also I thought, yeah, that's right. But I thought he's too thin to be a Philly Italian. You know what I mean?
And the interesting thing, I woke up a 280-pound Italian man, but I did hot yoga, so it's all just sweating.
Is that it?
out.
You got it out with hot yoga.
Yeah.
Chris, is a hot yoga year for you?
I'm going to try it.
Yeah.
Such a pleasure to meet you.
Thanks for having me. I really
And
appreciate
just
it. Yeah.
digging you completely alone for your Instagram and then knowing you come in. You're a serious man about this. You're a serious man.
Thank you.
All right, that's it. We'll be back, Bennington. The great John Lennon, Yoko Ono. Happy Christmas. War is over. This is going to be the last live broadcast that we do this year, and what better way to take it out with the Hoagie Dom?
I know. Man, I absolutely love the Hoagie Dom.
He's wonderful.
I felt immediately, like when you turned me on to the Instagram, I was like, this is great. But when he came in, I was like, I feel like I'm in the presence of greatness. I really do.
I don't think that you could put the time and effort into those sandwiches and not be a good dude.
And I love the respect he was getting from the Philly callers as well.
Yeah.
They were like, the Dom. I'm
Right.
on with the Dom right now.
I'm on with the, yeah. Well, here's the other, the beauty of what he's doing. He's not just limited it to hoagies. You know what I mean?
No.
There's a lot of stuff in here, but I always think if you like a good sandwich, you're going to like another good sandwich. You know what I mean? You don't fight. You're going to hate a bad sandwich, but like if you like a good hoagie and you want it to be good, you're also going to go to Boston and go, oh, this lobster roll was delicious.
Right.
You know?
Exactly. I think people like there's something about a sandwich. Nothing hits you like when you're starving,
Right.
when you just need food so badly. And then somebody is like, we could have salads or soup. What about Chinese? You're like, no, I need bread. I need cheese. I need meat. And the combination of those together.
Right. And here's the truth. Like, you can have a good tuna fish sandwich. You can have a good egg salad sandwich. But you're looking at just the top percentages of any of those sandwiches.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like if you're going to have a sandwich, have a really great one. What's hard to understand? Like, well, when I'm in a hurry, I don't care what I eat. Then take your car and ram it into a telephone pole because you're not living life. Vito, did you move that sandwich upstairs?
I did.
How'd she take it?
She was ecstatic. She was on a phone call and paused the phone call to come over and like hug me and say thank you.
So this is what I want you to do. Never forget that. She
Yeah.
did a favor for us. You get a nice sandwich like that in here, you want to take care of her because she loves the sandwich.
She does.
You said you wanted to do something for Chris Stanley.
Yes.
Chris?
Yes.
I don't know what this is, and Gail doesn't know what it is.
No.
But Vito said he has a surprise for you.
Yeah.
So protect yourself from a knife wound.
Yeah, that's what it feels like, Ron.
Yeah.
So I wanted to get Chris the perfect Christmas gift this year. And I was really just racking my brain.
Well,
to
that's
do it.
because what did he get you last year?
He got me a Soda Stream.
Which you were excited to get.
Which I was excited to get,
Yeah,
but
you
then I
loved it.
realized he got it discount, and it was the cheapest model he
What
could
does
get.
it matter if it was discounted?
It didn't come from the heart. It barely came from the wallet.
It came from the fucking heart, you prick.
He
Now,
just said he
he's
got
gotten
you a
something
nice
nice.
gift.
But he's attacking me as he's giving it to me, so that's gonna rile me up.
That's a family, okay?
Last year you went cheap for his fucking gift.
I didn't go cheap. I went
You're not
I went smart and frugal.
Well,
okay?
I didn't go cheap. I didn't go cheap at all. And I really would like everybody to see the gift I got.
I'm
Chris.
very excited.
Is that the hoagie book, Gail?
Yes.
Don't lose it.
I'm not going to
Because
lose
that's a nice
here in the
hoagie book.
studio with us.
It's a keepsake, Gail.
Yeah, everybody please look at the computer
The
screen.
monitor?
At the monitor.
Get our attention to the monitor.
This monitor
There's
right
just
here?
hoagies over here, which is nice.
Right now, yeah, we're still just looking at hoagies.
Salad Club.
This going to be porn?
I hope
Please,
if it's
it
porn.
kinda
That's
looks
awesome.
like he's opening a secret porn file.
Chris, Merry Christmas.
Silence.
Chris Stanley. Why does that name sound so familiar?
What the fuck?
A weird email address. phicks202@gmail.com. What about that screen name? Manly Stanley 69? Suspicious. Their conversations, not good. Online. You're gonna have to clean up your act, son. You don't want to meet me in a dark kitchen this holiday season. If you can clean up your act, well then, Vito and I would like to wish you a very happy holiday and a healthy, prosperous new year. So behave yourself. Remember, I'll be watching, and I'll see you very soon on the TV. All right? I mean it.
Oh my God!
Now, that was Chris Hansen.
Yeah, I know.
Telling Chris Stanley to take a seat because he's been reading his emails and knows he's a kid toucher.
I'm not a pedophile for the last time.
I can't believe
In
Chris
2020,
Hansen does
I
this.
don't want to have to say that anymore. This is fucked up.
Chris
Vito.
Hansen said it himself, and he's
Can I-
no
You
Can I-
paid him to. It's a cameo.
But here's the thing about Chris Hansen. Why is he doing jokes about this?
I don't know. That's the thing I
You
can't
know?
believe.
This is a bad taste for Vito and Chris Hansen.
No, I want to expose.
He was acting like it was funny, making fun of Chris's email handle and all that. And
This-
you're just like, you're supposed to be doing good work. You know?
He's
We're
a-
supposed to trust you, Chris.
This-
shouldn't be a joke to you.
This proves
I can't
he's a
believe-
terrible person.
I
and
can't believe it.
this is fucking awful.
What do you say to Vito for getting you such a lovely gift?
Fuck you, Vito.
Dude, it cost me like double what your Soda Stream cost.
That
You should appreciate
Soda
it.
Stream cost $29.99 on Black Friday.
Do you guys want to guess how much it cost Chris Hansen to accuse your friends of pedophilia?
$175.
No, not that much. It was $75 to accuse Chris of pedophilia.
Hey, get me one for Fat Rat.
You are fucked
That is
up.
a very weird thing that exists.
I think it's so bizarre that he was
awful.
doing this.
Now, by the
And
way-
I can't believe this is the way we find out the truth about
It's not
Chris,
true.
Too.
I got to just say this. The whole time I'm watching, I'm like, who's this in Starship Troopers? I just think only the Starship Troopers do it. Mike Bichetti is doing it now. I don't know if any of his ones are up there, but I saw him the other day struggling through telling you that he would do a cameo, but he was doing it on his
Right.
regular Instagram.
I'm going to Cameo. I'm searching Mike's name.
Now, did they get the full money or they split with the place?
They've got to be paying something out to Cameo.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess that they get it's like Uber where they get 80% or something like that.
Wait, Uber gets 80%?
Uber drivers get 60 to 80. I know Juno used to give out 80% to their drivers.
Now, what about when wait, is that him?
He's got a couple. Yeah.
All right, let's take a look at Mike Bichetti on Cameo.
Hey, Terrence, this is Mike Boschetti. How are you?
Bichetti.
I'm so sorry JetBlue canceled your flight. I had some problems with them, too. They're not the best place sometimes, but hope everything goes good for you. So sorry they canceled your flight. And thanks for being a fan and a friend. So sorry they canceled your flight, buddy. Try another airline next time. They're usually reasonable, but I'm so sorry they canceled your flight.
4 times
Happy
you said
holidays.
that. 4 times he said, I'm so sorry they canceled your flight. Now, who was in the other day that's on Cameo?
Gilbert Gottfried.
Okay. Gilbert was telling me he does 3 of them a day or something. He gets $150.
Yeah.
That's almost an extra $500 a day.
That's not
that
bad at
he's
all.
making in his life.
Change.
We're talking
Takes
in your
no
phone.
time.
Yeah.
Chris Hansen got back to me in like 2 hours. So
Shocking.
What else is he going to be doing?
He has nothing else.
The show's off, right?
Yeah, show's not on TV.
Now, what happened? Did something go wrong there?
I
Did
think they just
accuse the wrong
canceled.
person?
I think they just canceled it, and then he also he got busted for something. He was stealing, I think.
Whatever.
I'm gonna need you to take a seat.
he found out it was easier to find people through Cameo to accuse than through the
It's
FBI.
really fucked up, bro.
Well, it's not my fault. He had your email, so obviously you're emailing kids.
I'm not. You gave him the email. You paid him to.
Why would I
do
give him
this.
your email? It doesn't
I
make
get
sense.
you a fucking.
I'm going to
Soda
do Cameo, $2,000 a week. And that way, if I only do one a week, that's an extra $2,000. Hi, this is Earl Douglas. If you'd like me to take a lopsided Peter Dinklage picture of you, please hold. Earl, you don't have a sandwich place that you go to?
No, I don't. Western beef.
Here's the thing that you don't
when I was
understand.
14, Chris.
Earl, you don't understand sandwiches. You don't understand women. And I got a feeling you don't know who Earl is.
It's interesting because sandwich is the sexiest of foods
I
too.
agree.
So it's like it makes sense. No women in
There you
your
go.
life.
Chris, you
no
can finish
sandwich.
this.
Thank you.
He doesn't understand how
chef asked you to
stores
eat.
work.
Did you not eat a sandwich?
I did.
Oh, you did?
I did eat a sandwich.
You just have a little bit of everything now, right? A little tiny bit.
But that was the first sandwich I've had in like almost a year.
They
And
were telling me, Carl, when he would take all these pictures every day, right? He said we'd have 2 bites, and that's it, no matter what he was doing. 2 bites.
Yeah, that makes sense because that'll slow you down a couple of those a day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just sitting like pitting in your stomach.
But I noticed that Hoogie Dum didn't eat all of his.
Yeah.
So Chris, you can finish
Shocking.
that up when you're done.
I
too.
will.
Yeah, pass that over
Yeah.
for Chris.
Yeah, Chrissy, you want your delicious hoagie? It was so good. You picked a great plate.
Chris, you feel like your girl can cook?
Yeah, she can cook.
We were talking a little bit about when it comes to what kind of whatever place you like. It's the same way as you think your mom's sauce is best, no matter who you are.
Yeah.
That's the sauce you grew up with.
A red-
That's the sauce that gives you comfort.
It's probably one of the things I'm most picky about. It's like a simple thing, but a red sauce, like eating out and having someone else's, not a big fan. You know what I mean? Like I like my mom's.
Right.
I kind of make mine similar to hers. So I'm
no-
picky with it.
Now, my mom's is different than hers. You grew up with my mom's too. Do you not like that as much?
No.
Really? Because it's too sweet?
Yeah, it's too sweet.
Yeah.
But like the stuff she does is like best. Like I don't think anyone else in the world does better than your mom. You know what I mean? Like she has like the perfect like all American kind of foods. You know what I mean? Like she has them
She
nailed.
is a real American. But Chris, did you like your Christmas present?
No, I didn't, Ron. I didn't like.
But you got to think of it in the right way.
Okay, tell me.
And that is what like saying, take your soda stream and stick it up your ass.
I think of another human being and how they fucking lie and say they like seltzer. I get that for them.
Now here's the problem. This card that I got from our friend Ian Finance, right? It's very, very sweet, and he's brought us some specific things. But getting $50 from a man, you know what I mean? It seems more like a kickback than anything else. I don't feel good about it. Now,
Everything he wrote was so nice. And then I was like, oh, now I feel like I owe him too much.
Now, David Tell was in here, right? You know what Dave does when he comes to a comedy club? He gives, what you get?
The same.
To where?
Amazon.
Okay. Now, the David Tell will bring a big bag of assorted candies for all the people who work at a club, right? And everybody says, isn't David Tell nice? And I go, I found this out a long time ago. People to come in and take care of the wait staff, the wait staff always says to the booker, hey, when you bring him back, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
Jackie Martling was known for coming in, tipping big to everybody who worked with him all weekend.
Right.
And was like, oh my God, you cut off a big piece. And it was like marketing for him.
Right, that makes sense.
He understood it.
There's a lot of power in that wait staff.
That's right. The wait staff is like, hey, when's Jackie coming back? It's very interesting how you can take care of people like that. That's what you're getting with that ped thing that you got. You're always going to remember Vito. You're going to show that to your girlfriend?
I'm not going to show this.
Send it to her now so she can see it.
No one needs to
What are you
see
worried
this.
about? Does she have a little brother or sister?
No, she doesn't. I don't need the
Hope
fucking...
she doesn't have a niece or nephew.
No. I don't like children. She doesn't have any. I don't want anything to do with this fucking Chris Hansen thing. She
Yeah,
was
but
paid
you
to
saying
do
you
this.
wouldn't even be with your girlfriend if she had a niece or nephew?
No, I'm saying that there aren't any children that I'm hanging out with.
I know, but why not? What happened with that family? They stopped having kids.
Maybe there are. I'm not sure.
You see, I'm starting to see a mixed story here.
Yeah, what's
Seems
going
like
on?
a lie
A
is.
lot of this is like, suspicious. I feel like if somebody gave me this, I'd be like, haha, that's so silly.
Right.
But it's making you so angry that
'Cause
it's making me feel like
it's
there is something going on.
It's insulting.
You're a guy who showed up to a house with a 6-pack of wine coolers, saying you want
And
to have a
balloons.
good
That wasn't me.
Man, I saw Yamanika do a bit where she was like, why are they driving past my pussy to get to that? Like, she was acting like the kids were stealing possible dates from her. And then she said when she was younger, when you got, you just got. Nobody was going to make a big deal out of it. And they would say, "What? Didn't I tell you to stay away from that house?" She's very funny. She's turning on the white people wearing this Trump thing, though. I gotta be very careful. I have a lot more black friends than you guys have. Okay,
Yeah.
a lot more. Yeah, because of comics, and they hate white people as much as Chris hates black people.
I don't.
But
hate
here's the
them.
thing that I'm appreciated for, right? I hate black people and I hate white people. I hate people.
People that you have the issue with.
People who hate people are the luckiest people in race relations. Because I don't have to even care about the religion of a person to hate them. I could hate them from how close they parked in my car. You know? I can hate them for being loud.
Yeah.
I feel like this might be getting me into all man stuff. I feel like people are very, very loud all the time now. I heard somebody eating an apple today. I thought I was going to lose my mind. Chomping a fucking apple.
The elevator conversations that I have heard in this, like, we couldn't be in a smaller room. It's so small, it's not a room. We're in a little box. There's no reason to be shouting at one another.
Reminds me of an invention I'm working on right now called elevator windows. And it's a window. And for your elevator, you can look out and even open up and get some fresh air.
Okay. Just in the elevator shaft, you're just getting.
Well, the shaft has to have an opening that you
Sure,
can see
of course.
out into. Earl, what do you plan on doing during the Christmas break? You going to be working at Hard Rock?
Yeah, I'm going to be working 8 out of 9 days until the 28th.
Then you're going to get out of there when the big tip money comes in. Right?
And no, I'll have 3 days off. The last 3 days of the year I'll have off.
You going somewhere warm?
Nah, I'm going to just chill, stay home.
Chris, you're going home to Pittsburgh, huh?
Going to Pittsburgh, and I'm heading to New Orleans, Ron, for New Year's.
That seems a little hacky. Why New Orleans?
Have
you been there before?
I've been there. The last time I was there was the year Katrina happened. So I don't know what year that was.
Oh, was that like 205?
Yeah.
Something like that?
Yeah.
What about you, Veets?
I'm just going to be here in New York spending time with my girlfriend. and
Your
my
lovely
mom.
lady.
Yeah.
Have you met her mom now?
Just meeting her on Saturday.
Oh,
and then Sunday
And then
going to Hanukkah.
And she's met Leslie now?
She's met Leslie.
And how did that go?
That was interesting.
Uh-oh.
I mean, it seemed like they got along. My mom said she looked like Kate Winslet, and I got annoyed by that.
Why?
Because I don't find Kate Winslet very attractive.
You're fucking nuts.
A psycho.
He's the pedophile.
There's a movie.
I know
and
you're trying to get that goal.
Chris, you would love it. I believe it's called Little Children. No, look it up. Kate Winslet, and I forget the name of the star in it. Is it called Little Children?
It's Little Children.
Kate Winslet is so fucking hot in this movie. I couldn't believe it. She's just playing like a suburban mom. So if that's your girlfriend, be very happy.
I've just never been into Kate Winslet. Her face bothers me.
I can't believe that you're saying this.
Did your girlfriend's face bother you?
No, my girlfriend's face I'm a very big fan of.
This isn't going to last.
What the fuck, man?
Do you honestly believe that?
I mean, the Kate Winslet thing seems to fucking
What,
be
that I
bad.
don't like Kate Winslet? You touch kids in your relationship
I
works.
don't touch any children. You just throw fucking accusations out
Why
there.
can't you just enjoy the part that your relationship works?
That
Can I
do
tell you
like.
something? I'm happy for both you guys. You're in a relationship. You found love.
You did. You
Gail,
found love in a hopeless place.
everybody has found love here except for Earl. And you know why, Earl?
Why?
You know who you don't love?
Myself.
Yeah.
You hate yourself.
You need to get in love with you.
What do you think is your best attribute? Something you love about yourself, Earl? The pause bothers.
I generally care about people.
That's not true. Think of something about yourself.
I really.
You don't.
I really
Think
do.
of something about yourself that you absolutely love.
Well, I like the fact that I appreciate the arts and I appreciate and I appreciate culture and other cultures, and I respect those.
Can I tell you, that's nothing to love about yourself, that you like going to the movies and listening to music. I mean, if I said to somebody, hey, I want you to meet this friend of mine, I want you to go out with this friend of mine, they go, why? I go, well, he likes to go to the movies. He likes listening to albums. They would go, I'm not dating this guy. That's the best thing you could say about him. Earl, what do you love about yourself?
I tend to think that I'm kind. And
Earl, seriously.
I'm serious. I'm not mean to people.
You're kind of mean.
Chris, would you rather break now and come back and end it up? I
Yeah.
don't know what you tell me. You wrote a paragraph, but I don't know what
Oh no, we can do either.
code for some kind of a pedophile ring you're part of.
There's no.
Why don't we break? We'll come back and end the year up, okay?
Okay.
By the way, it's been a great year, everybody.
It
And
has been
I'll
a great
get
year.
to that a little more, but I'm very, very proud of this show. And as soon as Earl thinks of what he loves about himself, I'm going to be proud of the entire show. Vito, I got to say something. For you to get a present for Chris Stanley like that
really
and spend that kind of money,
Look, I got presents for everyone here. Okay.
you're not supposed to, Chris. We
I know.
all said that we wouldn't.
I know.
Show off. You probably show off all that money to the kids you fuck do.
First of all, kids wouldn't be fucking impressed with a lot of money. They're
Oh, they
kids.
are. They are.
Kids love money, dude.
They're impressed with a little bit
That's
of money.
where you're wrong.
My dad always told me this story about Gail because he took Gail and Miles out, and they went to this thing, and that Gail was a little girl. Maybe even you didn't have a little brother yet, and you were like 4 years old or something, or 5, and you said, "Isn't it great to be rich?" We'll be right back, Bennington. It's the Bennington Show, about to wrap up 2019, and jump into the year-end stuff where you get to vote for all different kinds of things in the year in comedy.
Yes, and tomorrow we've got a great special that is airing.
It's going to be live from Jamestown. It's the Smothers Brothers. It's a tribute to Robin Williams, and it's also a tribute to
Ernie Kovacs.
All from Jamestown, the National Comedy Center, one of my favorite people in the whole world. Now, you were saying that Vito looks like somebody, or Vito's girlfriend looks like somebody?
No, Vito's girlfriend. I think
Kate Winslet?
I think she looks like Kim Kardashian.
Really?
I think that
Let me
she
take
looks
a look.
like now you have to imagine a more natural, you know what I mean? Imagine
Yeah.
she wasn't like caked with makeup. But to me, her face is very Kim.
Can I say this? And I don't know whether it would be a compliment or not, but I was thinking Charles Barkley. The round mound of rebound. One of the greatest players never to get a ring.
Never.
The other one, Allen Iverson. Anyone who played in Philly, congratulations, you're not getting a fucking ring. Earl, who's going to win Dallas Eagles this weekend?
Eagles.
None of you guys can be honest, can you? They've got no one left. Carson Wentz is all by himself.
Yep.
Well, we'll see. Either way, that team goes out first in the playoffs.
Yeah.
By the time we're back, the playoffs would have already been on?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus. This is a long break. I might be going down to Costa Rica.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the time we're back, the playoffs would have already been on?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus. This is a long break. I might be going down to Costa Rica.
Really?
Yeah. Prostitutes, cocaine, everything you want.
Sounds great.
Whole thing, all inclusive, $79.
That's cheap. That's
$79.